Football, for the love of the game.
Hello guys, hello. Match day 9 already. How are you? Let me know where you're joining from. Let me know where you're joining from. Guys, like the video. So like the video. So let me know where you're joining from. Share the video. If you are joining, okay, from USA, thank you. Moyo from Austin, thank you. Thank you for joining. So we're gonna kickstart. So guys, share the video. So let's kickstart because we don't really have enough time. Oh, did they join from? Okay, let me just hail you guys are joining. So we don't wait tire. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Thank you, Adiola. Good morning from young DJ Dan. Okay. Like and send super chat. Our support will go a long way. Like okay, over Max. Thank you. Yes, guys, you can send super chat. Support will go a long way. Good morning, it's me. Like happy new year in advance. So I wish happy new year to you. For Emeka. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. Yes, guys, smash the like button. We have 64 people watching now, and we only have 27 likes. You can do better. Young DJ from Germany, Side from Chicago, you're welcome. Reggie from California, you're also welcome. Papa from MTUSA, you're welcome. Moyo from Austin, you're welcome. Charlotte, that's Alex from from Charlotte, yeah, sure, welcome. So somebody's coming from North Korea. Hope you're safe here. Yeah, please, you should kindly click on the like button. Thank you. Oh, Alex T already said it super chat. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Said it super chat even before I even start. Thank you for saying the super chat. Thank you. See from Sydney. So thank you. Caller Bright, please. Okay, that's Caller Bright. Hello, Smith Lai. The wait scene. So watching from Melbourne. Thank you. So guys, let's just kickstart so that we won't wait too much time. So apologies that I couldn't come live for 2 days to do the match day. It's just because sometimes I plan to spend 1 hour and I will end up spending 3 hours. So I can't just risk it. So that's the reason why, I had to do recorded batching, just 10-15 minutes for both for match day for day 7 and day 8. So it's reasonable, like it makes sense now to come live today because of Super Eagles play today and we're here to review it. So the main job thing today is just about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But let me give you the scores of what happened today. So 2 games played in Group C today. Nigeria actually Nigeria beat Uganda 3-1, while Tunisia drew 1-1 with Tanzania. And that's Tanzania, they have never qualified from the group stage, since 1980. When they were in the same group too with Nigeria in 1980. Nigeria drew against them. So and now they qualify to the second round for the first time since like 1980. And that 1980, Nigeria won the AFCON. I don't want to, I don't want to read anything to all this. So in the other games today, too, Benin Republic, Senegal taught them a very bitter lesson today, and they beat them 3-0, while the same scoreline too. And DR Congo also beat Botswana, the Zebras of Botswana by 3-0. So that's just the scoreline. So in Group A, Nigeria confirmed their top spots with 9 points, Tunisia 4 points, Tanzania 2 points, and they qualified. While Uganda finished last with only 1 point. So in Group D2, Senegal finished first, on 7 points, but Senegal have this superior goals difference compared to DR Congo. So why they are going to finish second? Why Benin Republic finished third? So Benin Republic could be probably the third best placed team. So in the group. So let's now quickly go on to the fixtures because it's already actually out. We'll give you the confirmation of the fixtures. Actually out already in the second round. So let me just give the confirmation of the fixtures. It's already out so that we can do justice to that. So apologies, I didn't plan to talk about the fixtures initially. That's why I didn't put it up here. But let me just try and put up the pictures. I know that Mali will play against Tunisia. That is going to be a very, very tasty game, and it's going to be Morocco. Is it Morocco against Tanzania? So it's going to be a very interesting game, which honestly, so Mali play against Tunisia. That's going to be Casablanca. Egypt play against Benin Republic. It's going to be in Agadel. Why Morocco against Tanzania? It's going to be in Rabat. Algeria too will also play against DR Congo, but the different stadium is the Azan Stadium in Rabat. Why Nigeria? No opponent yet. Nigeria will face its third place team in Group F. The game is going to be played in first, January 5 in first. So that's just that, about I think I can make that game. Okay, that's just that about the games, currently. So it's going to be on the 5th and in first, So that if Nigeria should win that game, Nigeria will now move on to Marrakesh. At least, if Nigeria move on to Marrakesh, is more accessible. I know a lot of people in Europe will fall in because majority of the cities in Europe, they have direct flight from their city to Marrakesh. So I know that some of my friends here, we want to go directly to to Marrakesh. So that's just the what is actually what's going on. Guys, we're more than 100 watching now. Guys, hit the like button, only 37 likes. And if you think that you like what we do, you can support us with super chat, the dollar sign there. Support us, and it goes a long way. Actually, we not just see. I've been drinking water now. It's not just come here and be talking and be drinking water. If you think you want to support, you can also do that. If you have the capacity. So, and so let me just go back to the Super Eagles game. So I came here to discuss about the preview when the lineup came out. That Adela is laughing. That he made like only Kevin Bassi, Victor Osimhen, and Bruno Imechi retained from the lineup against Tunisia. So majority of them actually what came in, very probably actually what 8 changes. That's very very big. And when you see 8 changes, you expect the momentum of the team to drop. Though early in the game, you can see that majority of the players they were still trying to know themselves. You can see that the part in midfield exchange between Bashiru and Onyedika was not really actually what there. They're just trying to know themselves, and you can see, Adebioshi too, playing with Igor Obu for the first time, and like they were just like, you know, it didn't really flow earlier in the game, but as the game progresses, actually, what the team started gelling each other, they started gelling. They were moving forward. You can now picture the formation that the coach was trying to play, and before you know, the team started creating what opportunities, and it worked. They said the rest is history. So Nigeria actually drew the first blood through Polonaju, and it was a close very beautiful assist from Dele Bashiru. And there's one thing I like about Dele Bashiru is that Dele Bashiru like space. Dele Bashiru likes space. Like he likes, he's very intelligent player. He knows exactly where the space are. That's one thing I like. And I also see that, I'll talk about Onyedika, very soon. So he went to that space. He passed the ball to Polonaju, and it was a very, very good finish. It's like a Polonaju typical finish. Stretch his leg to convert the ball directly. And also, just before that, Victor Osimhen put the ball on the plate for Polonaju. But for what really upset me about that finish was that at that moment, a top level striker, Onuachu was trying to sort his feet out before he could shoot. I was like, come on, you can actually do better. So, but actually he saved, but just a few minutes after, Lebashiru actually put the ball on the plate for him and he actually was scored. So this is probably, I don't know, I think this is probably his first AFCON goal, if I'm not mistaken. This is his first AFCON goal, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think did he score in 2019? I don't think he scored in 2019. He did score in 2019. 2021, was it there? So he scored. This is probably his first AFCON goal. So that's why, yes, I think I've been there like 2 or 3 times. So look at so first half actually was ended, and Onyengo, the veteran, I think he's the second oldest is the second oldest player in this AFCON. I think he's 40 years of age. Onyengo, I've known Onyengo for a very, very long time. He's part of the ambassador for this Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda AFCON It will take place in like 2 years' time. So I know him very well. He's a reserve goalkeeper for Sundowns of South Africa. So he was even in goal against Raymond Stars in the return leg. So, very experienced goalkeeper. He got injured, in that first half. I thought he was pretending actually. Well, I didn't know that he got, it was serious. So they took him out. They brought in the reserve goalkeeper. The reserve goalkeeper, I think he's got like this Osimhen fear, rush of blood. He came out to handle the ball in the outside the box, and that was a penalty. That was like a red card directly. And I don't know how he did that, at the highest level like this, I don't think he should be able to do that. Come on. It's not even a mistake. It was like so intentional. So he got a red card, and and you brought some like a goalkeeper, after like 2 minutes coming up, that goalkeeper considered, goalkeeper, he played in what's it called? He probably played in he's playing in Ethiopia. So and considered Rafael Yediga, and he made a late run into the box, and you can see clearly he scored from that late run. See. So let me tell you something. That is, I'm going to talk about Yediga later. See, but let me just say this thing about him. This is one thing I like about his game, and I'm going to tell you the reason why, and I'm going to tell you why I think that why I argued in favor of Omboyeri and Color people about his attitude. So that you can see that he arrived late in the box and he got a pass. Then from there, he actually a low drive. He scored. This is a typical Rafael Onyedika. The same thing too. He arrived late in the box against Benin Republic. The World Cup qualifier in Abidjan. He scored. So this is the area of his game that is better than Wilfred Ndidi. I will tell you that. Sometimes Wilfred Ndidi also because also arrived late in the box. If you remember, Nigeria against Zimbabwe in Uyo, Wilfred Ndidi too. He arrived late in the box and he just shoots the ball anyhow. So that type of in his game that you will travel what you will admire. He too, just like Dave Bashiru, knows how to know because he's defensive midfielder, he knows exactly where the space can actually would be, and now it can be an option in case there's any cutback. So kudos to him. Third goal too, he also actually arrived late too. He was well positioned, and he also slid the ball, to the back of the net for that third goal. So officially, he actually was scored 2 goals, and is now part of the top scorer, for this AFCON. I think he's second. I think is he a Kabi 3 goals or so? No, I think Raymane scored 3 goals, and I don't know how many goals Kabi actually scored, but I think Nigeria. What's it called? Lukman scored 2 goals. What's it called? Was he also scored 2 goals? So good all-round midfield performance for him, and I think that he actually did well. So that was the game, and towards the end too, I think the game was meant for Victor Osimhen to actually score just to increase his tally today, but it didn't happen. But what I like about Victor Osimhen today is that I remember having this conversation with different people about if he's the captain of the Super Eagles, will he be fighting? Because we did everything. I think responsibility sometimes brings different character in you. Victor Osimhen was so responsible today. He was looking after everybody. He was like the leader of the team, and he now realized that if guys say you guys don't calm down, maybe probably. But what I don't like with Victor performance, not Victor performance today, with the way they use Victor today, is that Victor was working hard for everybody. I just think that should have been the other way around. This is just Taman and everybody and everything. Why can't he needs to be the guy that that the way Aqua Adams compliment him, but he was the one that was trying to work hard for Lano. So I had that issue before the game that the way Uncle Adam plays the role of like a slave to Victor Osimhen, because he's just guys, just like don't just please, the word slave is not, don't exaggerate it, please. Similar to Amankashi and Rashidi Yakini too. Similar to Bandeye and Emenike, to help. I'm gonna say let me put it to help Victor Osimhen. The way Aqua Adams helped Victor Osimhen. So I expect maybe probably Polonash can actually do the same thing, but it wasn't the same. It was the other way around. Victor trying to actually help up that front. So that's the reason why I question why did Victor even start the game. I would have preferred Aqua Adams to actually start ahead of Polonash, because I know that Paul cannot really do the dirty work that Aqua Adams usually normally do. But the whole thing actually ended, and a win-win. I was happy. I just use that word slave. It's just like exaggeration. That's why I said don't read me to it, please. So Dele Osho. So Dele Olo. Is it Olo? Yeah. So that's just the way it is. But I'm really actually happy. But another thing that we considered. So I had issues with like that moment of we considered, because the way Mato made that run, and very good pass from Okelo. The way Mato made that wrong, sliced through our midfield to our defense line. I wasn't happy with that, and these are the reasons why I don't want to spoil the moment for Onyedika, but there are some things that I just think that in his game he needs to improve. If he can improve on that, it's going to be a very, very good game. Good player for him. So it's going to be. So let me just look at the player rating quickly before. I think I've already discussed part of the player rating. Let me just get the player rating. So this is the player rating I'm going to be using, but I'm going to tell you maybe I agree or disagree with this player rating. So Uzo 6.2, majority of the game, I don't think he was really called upon to make any saves. So and there was really nothing for him to actually even do in this game. So, but when he was trying to clear the ball from area, but he was there, and and uh, and uh, and what's it called? And I was just thinking that at least I was impressed with the way he was trying to distribute the ball too. I think I think it got better from his using his feet, compared to the way I said him before that he can't use his leg, but now I think he was trying to pass and he made a lot of accurate passes, in that game. So right back there, I have to give him his flowers too. The boy is coming in for Olaino. If Olaino was fit for this AFCON, you will not know Ryan Alebiosu. And this is like probably his first uh time playing in Africa. So and you expect him to be, somehow and everything. But at the start of the game, he was, trying to do just 1-2, 1-2. Towards the end of the game, he grew to that game, and I was really impressed with what he did. So, and I'm happy that the coach also happy that he did well. So he got injured slightly towards the end of the game. There was a deep cut, so I think it's nothing had to do with his ball. It was a deep cut. I think the deep cut should not be a problem. Should not be a problem should not be a problem. I think they might probably actually look for a way to get him, if not ready for the game against Mozambique, Cameroon, or Ivory Coast, because we'll face any of those three teams. I think he might be ready for the quarterfinals. It's okay. It's just I don't think Adibishi will start ahead of Osai Samuel. But it's good for him to be there in case if Adibishi is, all I know is sorry, if Osai Samuel is injured, we have somebody to replace him in the defense line. So you have Kevin Bassi. So it was really unfair for the referee to book Kevin Bassi at the start. So when I went to go and check the referee profile, I realized that the referee is from the Republic. Okay. It's from the Republic. Okay. Something might be happening here, but but for me, I just think that it's unfair to book him at the third minute. So and for me, I just think that he put himself under pressure. I think Uche Ikpeazu was trying to get him booked. I don't know the reason why early, so that he can be, it can be under pressure towards throughout the game. But it wasn't like that. Kevin Bassey, very experienced player. There's a reason why Uche Ikpeazu only playing League One, League Two when he was in England. The reason why Kevin Bassey plays in the Premier League. So they are two different players. So why not to Kevin Bassey for that? He did very well. And I was happy that the coach took him out after the first half because I don't want him to take that risk of getting booked again. That's going to miss the next game. And the coach did so well by actually by doing, by taking him out. Igor Ogu is it's a player that I have to be honest with you here. I don't really rate him that much. I have to be honest with you. I don't really rate him that much. I just think that he can be good. There's no really threat, for him today. And if you look at it, guys, go and watch the first 10, 15 minutes. The way they were dribbling him, I was so sad. The way they were dribbling him. So I won't lie to you, his error waiting to happen. I don't really rate him. He did well when there was no pressure on him, but anytime they take him on, oh my days, he doesn't show that. He doesn't show that hard man. Just that's why I was like the way they were dribbling him that first. I was like, just let them feel that they're here. But the way they were like, going past him, I was not really actually what impressed. So indirectly, it was putting pressure on that boy. I was making his debut too. So I think I think that if Brian Fredericks is fit, I don't think Igor Ogu will be the national team, in my own opinion. So and so people criticize that why did Kevin Bassey start? So I told you earlier that Kevin Bassey is the deputy for Kevin Bassey in this team is in the four-man back line is Ejidudi Awaze. So and when they took off Kevin Bassey, I think Awaze actually was came in to replace him. So Bruno Imechi also did well, and I'm happy that the coach believed in him to start making in this game because he did so well against Tunisia. Just to make sure that he gets that confidence back, and he's now playing, get that confidence back, and it's actually what, it's now playing, because I think Bruno Image is so important to Eric Schell's formation. I think so important because he joins the midfield, sometimes to play 1-2 with them. And I was slightly very, very impressed with against Tunisia, even in today's game. So Sanusi tried to join the midfield too, similar to what Bruno Image did, but he lost the ball. So Bruno Image can handle the ball well, better than probably actually was this Sanusi. So in the midfield, Chukwueze actually what Chukwueze would do. It was he tried to show himself. It was meant to start against Tunisia. Because of tactical reason. That's the reason why the coach did not start him. So, but when he started against Uganda, he showed himself that, come on, I'm still here. It's not because I'm not good enough. That's the reason why I didn't start the previous game. I can still do some few things. And he did well in that game too. I was actually really impressed with him. He created few goals, and I was really actually impressed with what he did. So Dele Bashiru too, he created a good for Naju. Really impressed. What I like about him is his deep runs, the energy, ability to shoot from long range, and also be able to check spaces. So, to Anyodiga, it's man of the moment. I know that there will be a lot of questions about his character and his ability, because he has been in this team for a very long time, and for him not be able to claim a regular shirt, a lot of people slightly worried. He was only a regular player, under Finidi George. Even that was a person, it wasn't under Iguafo. Towards the end of it, only started the game, maybe probably against Rwanda in Uyo, and it was horrible in that game. And he also what's it called? So fast forward now to this game, he did pretty well. I would not say was really impressed with what he actually did. So because it's not the two goals that I was really watching, because it's good that he can score the two goals, but the in that formation, that diamond formation, you need somebody to be able to dictate the pace of the game. And he did that. He did that. And I don't want to take anything away from his performance today, because he controlled, he controlled the game. And I would like to see him in a very highly tensed game, like the Tunisian game, a game that we are not controlling the possession, a game that might probably be under pressure. Let's see exactly what can actually do in that situation. But they cannot take away anything from his performance today. And and I'm happy that the coach also played to his strength, because all those cutbacks, all those cutbacks that was there was really on the plate for him, and he actually he did so well there. Will Eric trust him in a very competitive, in a very tough game? Time will tell. Time will tell about that. But I was really happy, because it's time. It's time. He has been with this team for a very, very long time. It's time for him to be able to show that he can actually he can play. So if he can do this on a regular basis, come on. Why can't he start? Why can't he start? For Super Eagles on a regular basis? Because he needs to do it. He needs to be able to do it. Because I don't judge a player with a game, in the national team. A player will need to do it on a regular basis. So, but for me, I'm really actually impressed with what he actually did today. I can't remember the last time a Super Eagles midfielder, they even scored 2 goals. Who was the last Super Eagles midfielder that scored 2 goals in a game? I don't know. I can't remember. Who can remind me? Super Eagles midfielder that scored 2 goals in a game. When last the Super Eagles midfielder scored 2 goals in a game? Who can remind me? Super Eagles midfielder scored 2 goals. Midfielder, scored 2 goals in a game. I can't see. When the table scored 2 goals in a game? When the table scored 2 goals in a game? When the table? You guys are mentioning the table. When he scored 2 goals in a game? When the time was scored 2 goals in a game. Are you talking about the game against Japan in Olympic Games? Also, no, Kocha. I remember Kocha in 2000 in Lagos. Olympic 2012. I thought about Olympic 2012. What is wrong with this Uche? We use Uche self. So, but that's a very good performance for him. I was really impressed. Okay, Iwobi scored 2 goals against Sierra Leone. Yes, thank you. And Iwobi scored 2 goals against Sierra Leone. Well done, well done. Iwobi, I think, against Sierra Leone in Benin City. Well done, Andy and Ansi. Well done, well done. Iwobi scored 2 goals against Sierra Leone in Benin City. That 4-4 draw. I think he scored 2 goals in that game. Iwobi against Olympic 2016, but it's not a Super Eagle game now. It's not a Super Eagle game. So, well done to Rafael Yedika. I hope that so may he continue. So may he continue. And Simon, he was dribbling, he was doing every bit, in that game too. And I was also happy that at least Ikarashi will get into confidence, because Simon will be very important, in knockout stage. Then Victor Osimhen, Captain Fantastic, he did so well. And yeah, I agree with he did well. He was Captain Fantastic. So yeah. So now Onuachu also did his bit. He scored his goal, but it's just that he did well. I don't want to take anything away from him. He did well. But my issue is, I just want Victor. It's not as if I just think that Victor is a very good, is where we can get goals. So I like somebody working for Victor, not Victor working for somebody. That's why, because I think if somebody working for Victor might even get one of that goals today. So that's the reason why I might not want Polona to start the knockout stage. I don't want Victor. I want Victor to be that up front. The way Ako was there, I want it that way. See, I will not address your comment because you didn't put Super Chat there. This Onashi, this thing. I told you before, just John Jones. The boy don't get all the documents ready. So let me just take some quick Super Chat quickly. Thank you, Alex T. I appreciate you for Super Chat. Thank you. Thank you, Jazz. Said that Victor being the captain was fantastic. He was taking care of them. And my God, Rian is a baller. Osayi should watch out. And Uzo was good. Yes, Uzo was good, but it was not really tested. So Ivory also said that. Okay. So Ivory said that. Smith, I read the DS Congo issue. It appears everyone has resigned to Congo going to the World Cup. I heard FIFA too. As see, FIFA. See, I don't know. Maybe you were there when I addressed this case. FIFA did not throw any case out. FIFA just sent, they acknowledged it and they received it already. There's been official confirmation that they are working on it. I don't see before those that know me here knew that I knew some things about the case even before the whole NFF came out. And when some people here knows exactly that I know that is the around January, that's when you probably would know the case. It is a very, very strong case. So I don't know who is sponsoring the fake news. So the reason why you see everybody saying that Congo go to the World Cup is that they don't want to be any distraction between the players and the team. Nobody is talking about the case. It's a case that is the NFF and their legal team dealing with it. And I would have to be honest with you too. Ivory is a very, very strong case. It's okay. But I'm not a lawyer, but I don't want to be slightly emotional about it. It's a very, very strong case. So we'll wait and see what happened. So it's still ongoing. FIFA did not throw any case actually out. Even the NFF said addressed a press conference in Morocco that there was nothing like that. Nothing like that. Even I even asked somebody that is, in-house too. There was nothing like that. People are just sponsoring those fake news from Kenya and DR Congo. Don't worry about that. There's nothing again. I want to say how the outcome will depend on we swing, but we will see. We will see. Thank you, Ivory, for that super chat. So, AY the Great. AY Philly the Great. Okomulero. Okay, I think I know Okomulero. The midfield combo for Edgar Bashiru feels like Mudalawa and Blockbuster Alosia Tuebu. Yeah. Blockbuster Alosia Tuebu. Yeah, it reminds me of that too. But I didn't watch them live, but at least I read a lot about them and I watched their clips. So, yeah. So, still and everything. There's one area about Rafael Onyedika that I will come out and analyze it in that game. But I don't want to spoil the moment at all. But I think that he did so well today. Yeah, thank you, Odunayo. They are the ones sponsoring the fake news. They are the ones sponsoring the fake news. They want to push that narrative. They want to put pressure on FIFA. They are the ones sponsoring the fake news. So thank you, guys. Keep the super chat coming. Let's get to 20 today. So now let's look at the subs too. Tuesday I was there. For me, it came on. I was there. There's no really big difference. There's nothing. It's not a big. It's not improvement on Gavin Bassi. It's just a sub. Sujukunadi, I was happy with his energy when he came on. I was happy with his energy, and immediately he came on when Uganda scored that goal. So when he came on, he was doing the running for Onyedika. So so Onyedika needs that type of person playing with him. And let's see, needs that type of person with that burst of energy playing with him. And Toshikunadi, Dele Bashiru, and Onyedika might be the future midfield option for Nigeria in years to come. He needs somebody that can run for him. Onyedika, he can't do that running. He needs somebody that can run for him. So I think Unadi can actually really complement that. So Zaidu Sanusi also came on. He did the way he did. There's not really anything about Zazie. So and Aqua Adams too. We cannot accept them. And they also brought in Fago Lawa. So Fago Lawa just came to mark register, for this AFCON. I don't think he will, it's even good that at least he made his AFCON debut. So I don't think he will be getting a lot of playing time. I think he got on because there is no Desas, and it's actually what nursing injury. That's the reason why he's not here. According to reports, he's going to go for scan tomorrow to know the extent of that injury. That's the reason why he's there. So people ask me about so out of the players that got to this AFCON, can you tell me how many players never play at all? They never touch ball at all. How many players never touch ball at all? Amas or Basoge? Who else again? Ryan is injured, but I think Ryan will be fine. Ryan will be fine for in the next game. He will be fine in the next game. I think so. It's not a problem. Mohamed is not even on the bench. Mohamed is not even on the bench at all. It's not even in this game. He's not on the bench. Wale Vida is asking. You will know now. That is it. That is it. That is it. So if we come here, go and watch the analysis we did on IoT's podcast. We come here and tell you that I don't think the coach picked this player. Can you see the reason now? How can you go 3 straight games, even the last game, like a dead rubber? You cannot even make the bench. So I'm going to say that for people that wants a Yai's head, I hope you can see what's up now. Awaziem was ball watching. Yes, honestly, there's a big gap, between them. So Akisomiro did not play. Okay, Chu Chana. I will not. I don't because you don't put super chat. I like your comments, but you know what? It's like it's like you are feeling hyper. So if you cannot use your sense to comment responsibly, it's like you're hyper, and I will put you to bed. So I will put you to bed. Don't worry. It's like you want to go to bed. Go and use your duvet. I will put you to bed. Yeah, go to bed. Go to bed. Put him to sleep. Step Monique, you know that I put him to sleep before. Let me just put him to sleep. Is he Chichana? Let me put him to sleep. Let me put him to bed. He wants to go to bed. He wants to go to bed. Yeah, go to bed. Go and sleep. Come back tomorrow. Go and sleep. So guys, let me see. I don't want to ban him, but I just want to put him to bed. Yes, this one is to bed. Okay. Yeah. Go to bed. Yeah. I think yeah, it's in bed now. Yeah, it's in bed now. It's in bed now. So for me, I just think, and the reason why that's he says something that, I just believe that if you want to go far in this AFCON, I just think that Victor Osimhen is very important. And no matter how you say it, he might score one goal out of 3 games, but I think Victor Osimhen is very important. So we'll talk about Akinsomiro. So Akinsomiro is according to reports, I wasn't there in training, but it's like the coach said that you have to show me you want to play. So he's in the team now. If you cannot show the coach that you can play, that is it. It's less for you. So, and I don't think. No, if he use another account to come back, I will put that account to bed again. He needs to. He needs to use his. He needs to use his sense. When he actually what he's here. So I'm going to allow people to actually what comment, and we'll see exactly. Because of time. Because you can come up and say anything here. I will put you to bed. So I'm taking this thing from my very good friend, Positive Vibes. He said something that really, really, I was, it touched me slightly. He didn't say that. He posted something, Positive Vibes. Follow her on Instagram, please. Lovely content back to back on Facebook. In fact, you enjoy more Facebook than Instagram. Back to back content on Facebook. Please follow her. Positive word vibes. So he said something. She said something that Uganda used 3 goalkeepers in that game. They didn't plan to use 3 goalkeepers. That's why you have to be ready anytime you're called upon. They didn't plan to use 3 goalkeepers, but situation, they used 3 goalkeepers. So in case it's Nigerian storm to to use 3 goalkeepers, I hope that will not be crying when the third one enter. So that's why it's very good to always prepare very well when you are coming for this type of competition. But and let me just take some super chat again from Charles. Charles said that I hope we all sign the position. The criminal shot caused our World Cup. Why force players on the coach? Just setting him up for failure. Please do sign. Yeah, I also agree. I also agree on that. That you can't impose player because you can't really impose players on somebody. It's because if you want the coach to win a tournament, why will you impose player on him? Okay. Goalkeeper room is our weakest link. I agree. Defense and goalkeeper. I think midfield now is getting better. Forward line is getting better, but goalkeeping and defense line is probably our problem. So, but let me start with Chris. Chris, our regular host, actually, regular contributor here. Chris, I know that you will not sleep here. You will come and bash anybody bash you. I'll be waiting. I'll be checking my phone. Say, Chris never text me. Chris never text me. Say Chris never text me. Say say Chris never text me. Chris. Okay, take it from anywhere. Take it anywhere. Take it.
You know when Angelica scored that first goal, I wanted to text you, but I said no. I know you're coming on live today. My girl are telling me let's go sleep. I say no. Let me just see. Let me wait. I know Smith is coming online today. But anyways, man.
Your twin brother is here. Your twin brother is here. Okay, continue.
Anyways, it was a good performance today. The guys that came in, you can tell that they want to get into the first team the way they played. It wasn't like as if it was just a nonchalant, performance. They were all playing with thinking that, let me try and get into that first team. So it was a good performance from, Ryan's first time playing, and in as much as it was a nothing game for us, it was also a very big game for Uganda because they needed to win that game.
Yes.
So Ryan coming in and putting that performance, that was very good for him. And for our defense, man, Bassi did well. The only thing I'm worried about in this tournament is this officiating from these referees, man, because the way they just give out cards, I don't even understand how Bassi got a yellow card for that. So that's just something that I just want our coach to relate to the players and tell them to be very careful with the way they make challenges, because it looks like the officiating in this tournament is going to cost some teams in the knockout round. So we should try not to make the same mistake we made in the 2019 AFCON. Where was it 2019 or 2022? 2022 AFCON. So I think the players should have that in mind, that these guys are not the officiating in this tournament looks like that's going to be like the main thing, because we're seeing a lot of shady things going on. And
Chris, I don't know if you watched Bournemouth against Chelsea when that boy Malo Gusto handled the ball.
No, I didn't watch.
Touched his hand, and the referee said no penalty, because I said that I was arguing with you here. See, when the ball touched your hand, Jesse line, it's not a penalty.
Even today in the game against Senegal, Benin Republic, the goal that the guy scored, ball came, hit his hand while he was playing. And they still gave it as a goal. So, and that's what I'm saying, that the officiating in this tournament is just been something else, and that's what we have to keep in mind. The players have to keep in mind in the next knockout round, especially when we play. If we meet the North African teams, we need to be very careful, because they will try to use that, and the fact that they're going to have more of their people in the stadium, and that might also influence the referee decision. So we have to have that in mind when we play them, because Tunisia was playing on that when we played them in that game. So that's something we also have to have in mind. And for the midfielders, I don't have to say anything about Onyedika. It was a good performance. I'm happy that he had a good game, because man, I was tired of the people telling me that he's not ready. But in as much as he had a good game, there are also some things that he needs to improve in this game. But there's some things that some players don't have that you have to complement, and that's what you said about bringing someone that can run for him. That's critical to do that running, and then he also. Because one thing about Onyedika is that he knows how to dictate the game. He knows how to calm the game down. He knows how to switch plays. And that was what I enjoyed today about us. The way we play now, we are not in a rush to give out the ball. Like you see Onuachu, it's like the coach have let them know, like, you have to make sure you keep the ball going. You keep the ball going. You keep the ball moving. And something that Richard did today that was nice, that what he should have done in that game against Tunisia, but I'm happy that he learned from his mistakes, was that instead of bringing an attacker, he brought in a midfielder to calm the game down after they scored that goal. And that's what we expected him to do in that Tunisian game, to bring in midfielders so we can just, pass the ball and make them come and get the ball.
Yeah.
So that was something that I really, loved about that. And also for Osimhen did very well today. He almost got an assist for Onuachu, but Onuachu missed. Me, I don't trust Onuachu as a striker to be my main striker. I don't trust him. I'm sorry. He's a good guy, but I just don't see, he doesn't have that dog in him, you understand?
Yeah.
So he's a guy that you can put in games like this, but when it comes to rugged it out,
when push comes to shovel.
Yeah, I don't trust him to be that guy. So, and it's good that we now have that partnership of Osimhen and Ako, because if you watch today's game, you can tell that it wasn't really a partnership between Onuachu and Osimhen.
Yeah.
But if you watch the way Ako Adams and Osimhen complement each other, like the goal against Tunisia, when great pass from Onyemaechi to Moses. So sorry, Moses Lukman. And you saw the run that Ako Adams made in that goal. He went for the run he made came close to the, I don't know what it was to use. And the way and the 2 runs they made, that way it was able to give Osimhen space to attack in that place. But when we played Tolu and Osimhen, Tolu was going to jump with Osimhen in the same spot.
Yes.
And they were clashing in the air.
Yes.
And that was not how two strikers play. But Ako understood that. That's why he made that run. Those two Tunisian players went with him.
Yeah.
And Osimhen went to the back post. And that was how we got the goal. That's how strikers understand each other. And you saw the goal, the cross Ako made for Osimhen. He didn't even look up. He knew that Osimhen was going to be there.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, just there should be understanding. But Tolu will cross ball in that follow Osimhen did not ball.
So do you think that okay, I'm going to ask you 2 questions now. I know that please don't go yet. Just I can keep you slightly. Are you surprised that Chidera Aduke did not?
I'm not surprised because when Tunisia found out that they couldn't beat us going through the center, they started going through the wings, and then you saw that the person they could go against was Bright Osei. And that's because there was nobody helping him back there. And Ejuke coming in, he was not even trying to, help your right back. Just like the way when you watch Arsenal, when Arsenal are under pressure, Saka is back helping Timber. That's what you do. You follow the second man, the second person, with the person that when the person with the ball that the right back is going to face. You're supposed to be watching the next person that's making that run, but he didn't do that. Yeah. And even the chance he got, he was supposed to calm down, wait for that Osimhen and score it, but instead he tried to do something else. So I love the way that the coach is benching anybody that doesn't follow to what he said. That way you understand that it's not your chances doesn't come for free. You have to go there and do what the coach asks you to do. And if you can't do it, we sit on the bench and look at how Bruno is playing now. Look at how Bruno is playing. Because he knows that if he messes it up, he's going back to the bench. And that's how it's supposed to be. Nobody should have any free road to that team.
Yeah. So which team will you prefer to face? Mozambique, Cameroon, or Ivory Coast?
Right now, I'm not really worried about Ivory Coast or Mozambique, because I watch Ivory Coast against Mozambique, I watch them against Cameroon. I don't want to sound like I see I'm being cocky or anything, but if we apply pressure on, I don't think there's any team in this AFCON that if we apply pressure on them, that they won't give us 2 goals. Like if we put the right personnel together and we put pressure on them, they won't give us goals. But the only problem is that how we close out these games, how we defend this game. Because the goal that Uganda scored today, I don't know what Ogu. There were 2 players there with that guy. Why did you leave that spot to go join 3 players? And then your center back, your center back is supposed to be watching, covering for you, sleeping. Like, that was just embarrassing. That goal we considered was so embarrassing, and I'm sure the coach is going to do something about it.
So Chris, don't go. I'll still go bring you up. I want you to, later. Just like give me like a few minutes. I'm going to drop you and go to bring you back up. So let me just hear from Ovi. Ovi, your thoughts, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Smith. With regards to AJK, I think let me first of all start on that premise. I think we might have seen a situation, possibly even if AJK has to be on the pitch, it might be that AJK and Moses Simon might not be on the pitch together at the same time. If you try to compare to what happened in the game we played against DRO Congo and the substitution that was made against Tunisia, right, that kind of a thing. And I think this would have really caught for a lot of cause for worry for Eric Chell in terms of how AJK and Moses Simon always comes in together into the game, particularly when you need some sort of defensive solidity whilst also trying to attack in that sense. And also, if you look at the game we actually played today, so let me go straight to the game, right? You would see that Eric Chell kind of used a different formation, more of like playing 2 wide players and 2 central and midfielders, which was against his 4-3-1-2 formation with Lookman playing in the middle of the whole. I think the game was really quite good in terms of the transitional play and how Chukwueze was able to cut back and to give Onyedika those 2 assists that actually led to Onyedika having a brace for the game. But if you look at it, particularly for the first goal, is something I really love most, particularly if you look at Dele Bashiru, he was actually at the center of the box 18. But you can see him running diagonally. So immediately Bruno got the ball. He didn't pass the ball directly to Dele Bashiru. Rather, he passed the ball into space, which tells you the intelligence and the IQ. And so what Dele Bashiru did, and if you look at the Ugandans, they were playing around 7 men behind the ball. If you watch the clip again, so you see that they were 7 men, and then within that middle there, Dele Bashiru already had about 2 Uganda players close to him at that time. So what it was to drift and run diagonally when Bruno laid that ball into that space, and the intelligence with which Dele Bashiru ran to that ball where he now squared the ball to the striker Paul Onwachu to score the goal was such a delight to watch. And then if you look at in terms of Samuel and Chukwueze, I think the second goal was when he had to cut back and then give it to Raphael Onyedika. I must give Onyedika credit for that second goal. If you go and rewatch it again, you would see that the ball did not really come directly on his right foot. He had to move his leg a bit backward and then bring the ball forward in order to finish that goal. So he kind of like make a pass that was not too perfect or not too correct, looks like a beauty, and then Chukwueze got that assist. And when you look at the second goal, which is our third goal that was scored, we would see that it was Paul Onwachu, and I must give him credit for this in terms of his hold-up play and how he was able to, move the ball, switch the play to the right wing to Chukwueze to cut back to Raphael Onyedika was a very good delight to work. So overall, I think I would say the boys have really played a very good game. And if you ask me in terms of going forward, I would still say, well, Raphael Onyedika actually scored 2 beautiful goals and he actually played very well in the game. But, this is sometimes it's not really like we still have some other areas of aspect that a midfielder would need to get in terms of the grit, the energy of trying to be a fighter in that midfield. And this is where a player like Frank Onyeka has that edge over Raphael Onyedika. But if you ask me between Frank Onyeka, Raphael Onyedika, and Wilfred Ndidi, and as well as Alex Obi, I would say, well, they are not mutually exclusive in that sense. So in other words, they can try to complement each other in terms of what their strength and what their weakness. Now, if you go to the attack, I think I would say, well, it was very good that Paul Onwachu actually...
Okay, I want to ask you a question before you go to the attack.
Yeah.
Rank them. Wilfred Ndidi, in terms of how useful they are in this formation. Wilfred Ndidi, Frank Onyeka, Alex Iwobi, and Raphael Onyedika. Who is very useful in this formation? the most useful player in this Eric Chess formation?
If you ask me, this Eric Chess formation,
yes.
I would still say, well, Wilfred Ndidi and Onyeka and Iwobi will still have that edge over
continue.
In terms of the kind of I'm not saying in terms of
no. I know that I love listening to you. Your analysis is well balanced. That's why I asked that question, because because people continue.
Watch when you see the Malian teams play. Watch the way the Mamadou Doumbia and the Bissouma plays their kind of midfield. It tells you the kind of sense of what Eric Schell, if he was probably to have coached the 94 team, he would like players like Thompson Olia, who has that kind of energy to run the pitch and make those runs and those kind of moves. He loves players with that high amount of energy, which is what if you look at Raphael Onyedika, his technique is better for me. Technique on the ball, I would say I will rate Onyedika ahead of Ndidi, right? In terms of if you look at those opportunities he scored, I mean, if you look at what's he called, Ndidi, he had similar opportunity against Zimbabwe when the commentator was saying that he should have to poke, if you remember.
Yes.
He should have to poke that ball, right? So if you look at it in terms of his play, in terms of dictating the tempo, in terms of that kind of passing, I would say Onyedika is better than what's it called, Ndidi. But when it comes in terms of the energy, that aggression to mark, this is where players like Ndidi and Frank Onyeka has that edge over Onyedika. So it depends on what the choice that the coach typically wants his team to play. Now, let me go straight to the attack in terms of yes. So now let me go straight in terms of the attack. This is where it really comes very tricky. You would see that like what I said prior for the game, and I said that Paul Onwachu, whom I really talked about, he had a very good game, scored a very fantastic goal today, gave a pre-assist to to Chukwueze, and then Chukwueze to Onyedika to score that goal. But if you also look at it, that also comes at the at the loss of Victor Osimhen not being able to also get on the score sheet, because if you are playing with those kind of two pivot strikers, from the way I've seen teams really play, the second striker has to be somebody that is very slicky on the ball, like in terms of elastic, must have the skill, and must be able to come into the midfield, and must also be very, very mobile. Yeah. So I would expect somebody like Paul Onwachu sometimes to drift into the wing, being able to take on a player, right? Being able to pull out some crosses, being able to fall into the midfield. It's even more like a boss to boss. I would even say it's more like an advanced boss to boss midfield, or more like an advanced attacking kind of midfield who can move that ball. So what you don't really have is that you don't really have that with Onwachu. So Onwachu is really more like a striker per se. So in other words, so what you try to do in that kind of situation is that Osimhen will not be forced to do what Akpo Adam does in that kind of situation. Yeah. And this is where it becomes really very tricky, because Osimhen doesn't, if you talk about the ball skills, and there's something you may not, you may agree or disagree, two other strikers that Nigeria has ever had that I think have that suitability to play along with Osimhen is currently Akpo, and I would still give it to Boniface, because Boniface actually has that ball skills too. He's tricky on the ball. He can also go wide. He can also pull in some balls and all those things. So that is what I've seen. I think it's a very good game. And in terms of also the Ugandan team, there's one of their player, which I've always, I think he's a very good player, which is the guy that gave that pass, which is called Okello.
Yeah.
If you look at his touches on the ball, they are quite a very slick, even though he missed a penalty in their last game against Tanzania. And if you look at that pass he gave to that number 7, where he actually, yes, I think that's why I would actually blame Awaziam for that ball. I think if it is somebody like a Benjamin Frederick, because in that case you will see that the alertness of Awaziam and his pace when it comes to in terms of knowing what to do, the athleticism that he needs to be able to defend those kind of balls was not really there. So I think Awaziam would have really proven to majority of Nigerians why Coach Eric Schell has relegated him to the bench, just before. I think it was a very good game, and the testimony for me is Ryan Alebios, whom I see that had a very decent game on the right back and being able to complement Masai.
Yeah, but before you go, I'll ask you a question. Somebody asked me that, okay, do you think that Eric Chess should have risked Olaina? Say, okay, I want to put this boy there, the way they did for Hakimi.
I think I would say yes as well. Yes, I would say yes.
Okay.
You know, I say.
Do you think it will have risk for Brian Felix too?
No, but for Olaina, right, we could say yes. Because if you understand, the thing is that you may not necessarily lead Olaina for the first 2-3 games, but sometimes you take some certain players with the belief that as the tournament gets tougher, you would need the experience and the skill set of these players to be able to deliver some certain results. I mean, if you look at the right back we have today now, I would even say a 70% fit Olaina is even way better than what we have. This is not to take anything from Aleb also because he's just starting his just had his debut today. But if Olaina is very fit, if he's going to be fit during the competition, why not take him to the tournament? Even Morocco did that with Hakimi, so I don't really think there's a problem with that.
Okay, thank you, Ovi. That's actually was very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. People are really early you here that you broke everything down. So, Pio, let's hear from you.
Good morning, Smith.
Good morning.
I hope I'm audible.
Yes. So, yeah, we can hear you. Your audio.
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just continue. Alex, are you ready? Just continue. Yeah. So, on very
it was a good game. It was a game in which some players, try to prove that they've earned the chance or the opportunity to actually start in the first team. And while some also showed us that they would still be sitting on the bench, basically. Because with respect to Uganda didn't bring much of a challenge for us to even rate anyone at all. That's for me. For me personally, I don't think I can rate anyone or say, okay, this person should have.
So, people cannot really hear you because of the airport.
Maybe I should
switch for you to remove the airport and maybe I will still bring you if you try like rejoin. Maybe you can just use
better now?
Yeah, it's better. It's better. Are you ready, Alex T too?
Is it better now?
It's better. It's good. It's good.
Okay. So, the NDD, because we like to just create these narratives for ourselves to have something to talk about. This narrative on NDD and Onyedika, sometimes I don't understand how most of us view football and how our knowledge of football. They are two different players.
Yeah.
Their roles are completely different. Onyedika is a cam, and it is a DM. Even in Leicester, their coach actually used Ndidi as a cam to an extent. So when we try to create this narrative of Onyedika should start, is a good player, is this, is that, what is the primary function of a midfielder, basically? And when you are trying to define their roles, what exactly? The only player I see in the team that Onyedika could replace if we had any sort of maybe an injury issue is maybe Frank, not Ndidi. Frank, not Ndidi.
Does he have the energy of Frank?
He doesn't even have the energy of Nadi. Did you see Nadi when he came on? See, I'm not scoring 2 goals does not for me personally, when I watch players, I've watched a lot of players. I'm not I don't get carried away with sentiments. I watch football based on stats and based on current form and the ability to interpret your role in the team. Do you understand? So when you look at Ndidi, has Ndidi been interpreting his role in the team? Yes. Has Frank been interpreting his role in the team? Yes. It will be yes. It's just like the question you asked Ovi. You see that when you asked Ovi that question, there was no way he could squeeze Onyedika into the mix.
Yeah, okay.
And the reason he couldn't squeeze Onyedika into the mix is because the other 3 mixers interpret their roles perfectly. So for now, those clamoring for Onyedika, yes, he's a fantastic player. I agree. Yes, but for now, he cannot be squeezed into that thing. For now, that it happens. It's not something that is new. You understand? The USA 94 squad, US 96, they have so many players. Okay, Oruma was always in the team. He couldn't come into the team because Okocha was playing. There was no, where would you squeeze Oruma in? So that's how it works. There are players like that they are good. We know they are fantastic players, but for the time that they are in the team, they can't come into the team because of the other players there that are defining their roles and playing perfectly well. So it's not it shouldn't be an issue. We should stop all this Onyedika, Ndidi, Bekoin. I'm getting tired of it.
Let me ask you this question and this way, because when a player wants to show a coach that is ready to take his place in this team, performance today is part of what you use to announce yourself in the team. So now, it's not the coach to select. So, okay, which I want to do. So, if you look at the trials of the best midfielder we have currently now, they are Onyeka, Iwobi, and Ndidi. And so that if he's coming to the team, he's going to be coming to replace what? To replace Frank Onyeka.
But yes, Onyeka, not Ndidi, because he doesn't have the intensity to defend.
Yeah,
it would have been a different thing. It would have been a different thing if he could play his calm role and he had the intensity to also defend. Then we could argue. We could make a case for him that yes, he will be able to replace Ndidi or Frank conveniently. But the difference is this: he offers more attacking wise. That's why I said we should stop this argument about Ndidi, and it doesn't make any sense. Onyedika is an attacking midfielder, central midfielder. That is his role. Ndidi is a defensive midfielder. They are they are not the same roles. And we can't. I don't tag Onyedika as box to box. I don't, because a box to box complements both sides. He can attack and he can defend. That is a complete. Onyedika is not complete for me. I don't know what other people are watching. For me, he has more of the attacking instincts, but defensively, no. That's why even you in your analysis, Smith, you saw that Nnadi had to come in to make certain runs around him, just to cover for him, because he can't. He's not this midfielder who you feel whenever we are under pressure, he'll be able to, hold his own defensively. And with due respect to Uganda is not the team we should now start making a case, that he should start, he must play. No, I'm sorry. Uganda is not, with due respect to them, this game is not it. If he had come on in a very high intensity game, you understand, that we've seen before, do you understand? Then maybe we could argue. I think Onyedika was at the 2023 AFCON.
Yes, he was there.
He was there. Okay, so why didn't Pesero trust him enough to start if he was that good?
Pesero did not trust anybody.
So I don't, that's why when all those clamoring for Onyedika, okay, for example, some people are clamoring for Onuachu. Yes, he's good club-wise, he plays well for Trabzonspor, but you see, national team football is quite different. And he had a good game. Yes, he had a good game. But you see, style also comes into play. How do we play our football in the national team? Do we play big men? Do we play big men football where they have to play long balls? You have to bring the ball down. Is it a typical system in Nigerian football? The answer is no. So how would you now forcefully say Onuachu has a case to start? We need to understand the nitty-gritties of our football, the nitty-gritty, so that you understand why this player is here, why this player is not here. Why this player has to do this, why this player has to do this. That's why sometimes I always say most Nigerians they don't really know anything about football. They just speak from emotions and,
Okay. If you before I know that yeah, when I post these things, sometimes in the comments, the video after, a lot of people you say, this people, you're OG now, you don't watch football for so long. So let me ask you this question: besides leadership, I think he played, the game today. How will you rate his performance today?
Bele is one player that I like a lot, and the reason why I like him is that he has this utility quality where you can actually play him in several roles and you interpret those roles perfectly. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And like you said, he's one player that likes to run into space.
Yes.
He likes a lot of space. You understand? So he's someone who likes this free-flowing style of football. That's how he thrives. He plays free-flowing style of football. You know, because if you watch his the way he played today, he tried not to position himself where there will be too many players. He always ran into space.
Yeah.
You understand? There was always space for him to come into. And I think for me personally, he's the only player I would say if Iwobi got injured, he's the player to be there. To replace Iwobi.
So you think that he can actually what? Okay. That's good. So okay. Final thought from you. I have a lot of people actually was waiting. Final thought from you, Pio.
Well, for me, those clamoring for Uzor, you've seen Uzor now. Will you now say they should replace him with Wabali for the knockout stages? Many of you will say no. So let us relax, and I'm sure the team will do well in the knockout stage. Basically, I think most likely they'll be playing Mozambique.
Yeah,
most likely they'll be playing Mozambique.
But Mozambique is a very dangerous team.
I don't think we'll have much problems if we keep the tempo that we played against Tunisia. I think that should be the standard now. The tempo, the first 74 minutes against Tunisia should be the standard. The only problem, like Uche said, was closing out games. I think that's the only problem the Super Eagles have now.
Yeah.
Closing out games. You understand? Keeping a clean sheet.
Yeah.
So I think from this point, I think they are good to go. They are good to go.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Pio. Always giving us intelligence angle to this football. Thank you. You don't follow the crowd. Okay. Thank you, Pio. Thank you. Alex C, I know that I was on IOT's live. Well, I was in a meeting there, but I was listening to you. You were really full of you. There's a way you describe Raphael Onyedika. I don't know, you said something about him that he's a Selenka. Is he not? Or is he not? You guys say that's like.
I'll say I've used the word before. Ajabo. It's Ajabo.
No, it's Ajabo. You were really full of how impressive he was today. Innit? So, but
yeah. I was impressive about Onyedika, but at the same time, I think this is the perfect game for him, right? Because the Ugandan people were not more intensive in midfield. They were not like physical. So Onyedika is this player that when I watch him in his club, is this type of player that you pass the ball to him, he wants to pass it quick. Like he doesn't want to make mistake. That's why I see him. He's a good player. His talent is no doubt. He has talent, his capability, but it's just this. It's not Ndidi. Like if you're an opponent and you hear Ndidi name, you'll be like, oh man, Ndidi's playing this game. But Onyedika is not that person. It's not that commanding midfielder that can take control of a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at Caicedo for Chelsea, he's there. He will make a statement. Maybe the way he will tackle you and all those things will make you like, I don't want to go there. But Onyedika is not that type of person. He doesn't put fear in people like, oh man, Onyedika is there. Let me go to another place. He's this soft player. He like to give me the ball. I have space. I will pass back to somebody. He has high for passes and all that. So that's the part that he needs to work on. Like let the midfielders know that you're there. It's like he's hiding from the ball sometimes. Like when I watch him in his club side, like sometimes he hides. He just like 10 minutes, I will be watching. He doesn't even touch the ball. He just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's the type of person. But today, I think he has an excellent game. I mean, there is no way, because this was a perfect match game for him. You know, the Uganda team was a perfect, their style of play matches Onyedika type style of play. If it was people like South Africa or Cameroon, Ivory Coast, it might not play that good today. You know, it might not play that good like
before you continue, you know, we are playing this team now, Uganda, we're tearing them apart. But we couldn't beat Lesotho and like
I think Nigeria is right now. Nigeria is like a tournament team, right? When it comes to tournament, because they come together, they play for a while, they understand themselves. But when it comes to this qualifier, when they come 2 days, 3 days, 1 day, it's like, you know, Nigeria is so much pressure, especially when they play in Nigeria. It's so much pressure in Nigeria, you know, because our fans, we know they play, you know. So, but Nigeria, the way I've seen them in the past years, I've been watching football since 1980. The way I've seen Nigeria, they are like tournament teams. When they go to tournaments, they play very well. You know, they play. When was the last time Nigeria won their last 3 games in the group stage? It's been a long time, but you know, sometimes it's not about the calibers of players you have. It's everybody wants to play for each other. Like today, it's like when they give you that captain band, as I was saying, at your team's play, when they give you that captain band, it changes you. Osimhen was a different person today. He wasn't arguing. You don't pass the ball to him. He doesn't hold his head and do all this thing. It's like today, Osimhen just a different person. You know, he was just calm because of the captain band. He wants to be the leader. I just saw a complete person. You know, I don't know if you saw that too.
I want to ask you a question. Paul and Victor Osimhen and Aquadant and Victor Osimhen. Do you think that because I said it that I think I would prefer Akko and Victor than Paul and Victor. So what's your take on that?
I think they are 2 different players. There is something that Aquadam, you know, he runs to the side. He takes people away from Osimhen, right? If you watch Aquadam, he take people away from Osimhen. He goes to the wings. He goes to the wing. He open up for balls. Ownership is good. It's good on his own part. He can hold the ball. I think. Okay, let me say this. Ownership skillfully. Ownership is more skillful than Osimhen. You agree?
Is he doing the skill? Is he using the skill to do the best? Is he using the skill because he was doing leg over in that today's game to pass the opponent?
But at least you know the chess ball and head ball give the opponent now like our brother where they
it can be skill, but he's not making good use of that skill.
Like the goal that he scored compared to the one that he mixed. The goal that he scored was other than the one that he missed.
Yes.
You know, because that one was just bread and butter. Now this can't go Rashid Yekini they find. Because just put up
I don't know why he missed that goal.
Yeah. So it's like sometimes maybe, you know, sometimes you're panicking, you're scared. I don't know, but I think I would prefer Aqua Adams because of now there is understanding with him and Osimhen, you know. And like I said, Aqua Adams will make space for Osimhen. He will go to he's understanding now. Before they used to play too tight. Now Aqua Adams goes to the side. You can see him going to the side, making space. Go to the right side, go to the left, making space for Osimhen. So I will prefer both of them over.
Final question to you. Out of the players that played today, second choice player that plays today, just mention one player that you think that it don't show that he can play in the first level.
I mean, are you talking about like Chukwueze them? Do you want me to take away Chukwueze?
No. Chukwueze is part of that. Probably, you know, someone like Chukwueze and maybe Simon cannot. I don't think I'm sure.
Now Simon is not. I think Simon is not improving to me. He can dribble all those things, but I think Simon slows down the game. Sometimes you hold the ball and then it's like you're calling the players to come make a dribble you. Like come make a dribble you.
Which player will you
I
pick?
can pick two players. I was impressed with. Okay, take out Bruno. Bruno is not part of it. I was impressed with Ryan. Why I was impressed with Ryan is minus Ola, he can cross the ball with his left and right.
Yeah, that's one good thing.
Yeah, I saw that if he cut into the left side, he will cross with his left. He did well. Rafael did well. Even the Igbo that you're talking about, I kind of like him though. The Igbo, the guy that was playing defense, I like him.
I understand the point, the flashy point he showed, but the issue is just that I'm still not pleased with this one-on-one.
Yeah, well, you know why I like him. Two things I like him. I like defenders that are ball players that not just kick the ball away. I like him that he can hold the ball, and I can see some of the crosses you were making. They were like, I like him for that. Another person that I like is Toshuku.
Yeah.
If he didn't play, I thought they will give him at least 45 minutes. Let us see him. At least we can compare him with him and Rafael and see, but they didn't give him enough time. But I like him. Why I like him is he's always calling for the ball. He's not shying away from the ball.
Yeah. And
he goes where the ball is. Yeah. So, but for the one person that I was impressed, being that it was his first cap for the Super Eagles, and in the Nations Cup is Ryan.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
you, Alex.
I wanted to say one thing. I know Chukwueze has been talking about Bassi for the past, give him for Fulham. That Bassi blow away that ball that he could have passed to him. I think Bassi have his own now. Chukwueze played that free kick. He blew that free kick. I think Bassi have one on him right now. But thank you, man. Thank you, Smith, man. Allowing us. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So, I'm meant to bring Ombueri next, but the issue is that I want to bring Ombueri, Uche, Chris together. So I don't know how I'm going to actually do it. But so Ombueri, please just pardon me for just one last set. I want to bring you and Uche with Chris together. Well, just pardon me just one time, Ombueri. Just 5 minutes, just pardon me, please. Because I want you, I like the engagement bit. With you, Ombueri, just give me a sec, please. Okay, I still have even Charles here, but Evan D, I think Evan D probably goes over. So Ombueri, just give me a sec. Okay, yeah, guys,
I'm available.
Okay, so but 2 minutes so that we can just do it quickly. So that so we start from next 12 minutes. Okay. You have to do the next 12 minutes today. Okay. So that Ombueri have been here for a very long time. But you know what I'm just going to do is that I just drop you and bring Ombueri, and I'm going to actually bring you back because
okay.
So Ombueri, quickly. So just go,
Okay. In fact, I greet everybody. Mr. OP and Mr. Alex has already explained everything.
Mr.
Pio have explained everything. Let me tell you people this. If you have Dele Bashir, Alex Uwobi, Ndidi, Onyedika, and ask you to pick 3 and drop 2, you will drop Onyedika. Oh, yes. I will. See, I'm this straightforward person that if I see person look at this, you will know. He is a defensive midfielder. If you go to the AI will tell you he is boss to boss. Yes, he score goals. Is it what Eric Chill wants? There's something Eric Chill is looking for. If you are winning 3-0, and he needed a defensive midfielder to come and defend, and Onyedika come and defend. We have scoring goals. Pure explain everything. There's something that man is looking for. He knows the people that score goals. Yes, scoring goals is not a problem. But are you going to bring Onyedika ahead of Dele Bashiru?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to bring Onyedika? They said that he's a boss to boss. Ahead of Frank Onyeka, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
You see, right?
Yes.
We play Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that we are playing Senegal
Mm-hmm.
with this kind of, what do you think that will happen? He's a good player, but there's something that the coach wants in a midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
Can you defend for me? Can you, as a midfielder, defend for me, block for me, not allow them to score me? We are not looking for players that will score. Yeah, scoring goes no problem. But when we meet a team that is tougher, how can he be able to help the team?
Okay.
You see, right? How can that's something I'm looking on him, because if he is a supportive striker, I don't have problem. I need somebody. If Ndidi is out, if Onyeka is out, and we are having issue for somebody to help the defenders back and the left, who is going to help us to do that dirty job? We are not looking for goal anymore. We have scored 2 goals. We have scored 3 goals. Can Onyedika help me to block, do box to box what Onyeka is doing? You see, right? So that's the way I'm thinking about this game. It's not that he can score goals. Yes.
So
Fantastic.
you are not upset. You are not really questioning his ability to go forward.
That is my concern. But when that is defending is my concern, because we have only Ndidi.
Smith, can I say something? Yeah,
yes,
I don't know. I'm more tactically inclined, and I think all these arguments sometimes are not necessary. Why? Because part of understanding football, every position, like defense, midfield, attack, maybe we don't know, but most of us will know that even midfield is broad. There are different types of midfielders, and there are different natures of midfielders. And it's certain midfielders would not have certain plays. What makes them click into, if they are playing, would depend on one, the coaching style and the formations, you know, in terms of what you want to play. So if you're playing a 4-4-2 flats, which is what you play today, for example, your position determines what you're expecting and the kind of personnel you will use. If you're expecting that you will be having more of the ball, you know, there are different ways to defend as well, you know. Defending does not only mean tackle. Sometimes another way of defending is ball retention, because when you have more of the ball, your opponents would not get up. So it depends on the level of what you're expecting from your opposition and how you want to play. You see, Oyedika, I don't think we should compare to Ndidi because it's not going to work. That's number one. The problem is that maybe even if it's a DMF, I'll give you an instance. A perfect example of a player that likes Oyedika is Alexis McAllister. Do you get my? Some players are facilitating midfielders. He will pop in the goals. Alexis McAllister will pop in the goals when he was in form. You wouldn't expect him to defend and map out. Another good example is Curtis Jones. You wouldn't expect them to mark. That's not their strength. But you see, that fluidity link-up play in the middle, especially in the deep end of it, you get it from them.
Okay.
Do you get my point?
Let me ask you a question now. You've mentioned that it might not be defense that is going to be his strength, but in this
this tournament,
this type of formation,
in this tournament,
yes, that is why Eric Tell played a different formation today. I hope you noticed.
Okay,
and
now,
you know, in your preview, I said something before. I said I would prefer. There are certain things I said I wanted him to do. If we wanted this type of formation, is what we wanted. He wanted against DR Congo in the second half. that he could not get for two reasons. There was nobody that could retain the ball and facilitate the pass. Two, there was no tall striker that can push the possession of what Paul Onuachu was doing. I saw you were talking. I think you should big Onuachu up better, because that thing he did is not a joke.
Okay,
he holds the ball and switches the pass for the coach. You know, but let's come back to Yedika now. Yeah.
How did Angola Uganda score us?
Now, I watched the Uganda go. I'll tell you what they did. The simple thing is positioning. And it was not just only about the midfield. Ndidi was in those, we've considered those type of goals with Ndidi and Frank in that same team.
Yes.
Bro, you have been going far.
It is a function of positioning of the transition. I said it in our last preview. I said and I said it even in IoT's program today. I said there's a way you resolve that problem. It's simple. The defensive, the center backs have to be smart, and the goalkeeper. Communication is the key. They see what is going on. They see the threat. Shout on somebody to run. The right person, as Onyedika has come, wrong to move. There are three players in that position. All our three midfielders made the wrong move. Dele Bashiru, two of them closing on the person that wasn't with the ball. Onyedika coming towards the person with the ball, but not drawing in a hard tackle. Fine, maybe it doesn't need. Chukwueze tracking the person with the ball behind, who could see that the guy was running, but he wasn't running with that level of commitment, but was jogging. Watch the replay again. Chukwueze was jogging as if somebody else should pick up. 3, Awazem looking, can shout, Chukwueze pursue, or goes. Number 4, goalkeeper error. He saw that pass. I think he could have. Let's see. This guy, this big goalkeeper, what's the name of this big goalkeeper from Botswana? Maybe we should go and watch him. There were 3 good goals that Senegal could have scored. This guy saved them. One-on-one. All those goals we are saying, hey, the keeper cannot blame. He saved them with leg, push it out, one-on-one corner. He came out, pushed out. Even this unnatural goal that we are saying could have scored, the goalkeeper was very close enough to come out quickly to narrow the angle.
We were trying to sort out his leg.
But even Smith, he was sorting out his leg. He wanted to go near post as opposed to going up and far post. He wanted to go near post. He wasn't quick enough.
Let me finish my thoughts. I am going for a Zoom meeting.
You're looking for maybe to use fork to use a spoon to check your distance. For me, that's what the magic say. You see that type of goal, maybe I'm not watching him enough. He will take 3 or 4 touches in Belgium before he score. That's why I said this boy cannot do the same thing in England. Yes, he would see.
But I understand what you're saying. I understand that it's not a quick shooter. Go on there,
let me say this. Look at our problem. See, our problem is who can help the defenders, who can connect with the strikers. If you're
agreed.
Yes, this is not all about Onyedika can perform if you have a bust-to-bust defender that will help him.
What do you mean by you have bust-to-bust defender?
Let me finish. I'm leaving. I don't need to argument. I'm leaving by now. Let me finish. I'm leaving now. Yeah. So I have Zoom meeting. I'm not here to argue. Please, hold on. Let me finish first. See, my thing is this. He's a defensive midfielder. What is the role of a defensive midfielder? And if indeed is having injured and they brought him, how can he help? Not for us to concede. How can he help in the midfield? That is my concern. My concern is not all about him scoring goals. Yes.
Sorry, Ongweri, just to back you up on something, because I can see that Chris and Kunle are drinking from the same cup. But
no. I'm a very balanced person. Smith, I'm a very balanced person.
I realize that you are into what, but let me just say something about Ongweri. See, we have some part of his game here that is clear and he needs improvement on.
Agreed.
Number 1 is he's normally shadow mark.
That is the thing.
And that shadow marking, if he's playing against a very tricky winger, Saka will drive the ball and you shadow mark him till get to the 18. But one thing I did today is that we play to his strengths. You know, he likes to arrive late in the box and he got those goals. And he's a sharpshooter. That's one thing about him. He's a very sharpshooter. So, you know, we give him his flowers. But I understand what.
Yes, he scored goal. That one is not a problem.
Smith, can I quickly say something?
Smith, I'm leaving right now. Yeah.
All right, check some book. Yeah.
Yeah, Smith, can I quickly say something? There are two types. He's a DMF. People need. This is what I'm saying. I think we are a little bit unfair on him. It's okay if he doesn't make the team. We already know why he doesn't make the team. The coach play philosophy. He prioritizes defense, and it's okay. There will be games that will be his game, and he will shine. There will be games that we can afford to use him, and it will work. The only problem is that because he's not a strength, our Eric Chell wants two types of midfielders. Either you are there are DMF. There are three major roles of DMF in modern football now. The destroyer. They also classify them as DMF. Example, Caicedo. People who are defensively very good, high work rate, high strength, high stamina, excellent tackling. We have the deep line playmakers, the old school types of Iniesta, Xavi. You don't expect much defensive work from them, but they are midfield maestro because they read the game, they control the ball, they collect it. They will do small defensive duties, but it's not going to be as good as Busquets, Yaya Toure and the likes. Now you have the hybrid. The hybrid ones are the ones that kind of balance up box to box, kind of in the middle. Very good ball playing, but not as good. A good example of an hybrid midfielder is Ryan Gravenberch.
Yeah,
he can break off the play and he can also move the ball, pass, and do all those things. So these are all DMFs or CMFs. You get my point. The problem is Eric Chell's plan today. Onyedika would work for it because those Ugandans, watch their previous game. They are good, they are strong in the midfield. But the only thing is that they already respected Nigeria. So they abandoned the midfield for us. They wanted to go to the wings.
Yeah, okay.
But he had more rooms. We had more room in the midfield. Do you know that none of our other midfielders would have also thrived well today? Yeah. All those goals that Onyedika scored, let's be remembering ourselves that all our other midfielders have been in those positions in previous matches and they did not score. No, in fact, Chukwueze was in that position today and he did not score. Ndidi and Chukwueze, was it Ndidi and Chukwueze in DR Congo match, were in that position, they did not score. Iwobi was in it against that same, was it Sierra Leone? No, which game did we play? Lesotho. Or which game did we play recently that we created a lot of chances, we just could not score?
Against Zimbabwe.
Yeah, thank you, sir. In that middle, even Ndidi had chance to score all those kind of cutbacks that they could not score. So the point is, the coach said it in his post-match press conference today as well, that if you don't score enough, they say you should score a lot. If you don't defend, they'll say you should keep clean sheet. But there's no how you want to keep clean sheet that you will not take. That means you will not be able to score much. Because if you are going to score, you will take risk. And it also exposes you at the back. Finding the right balance is the key. And I think that's where we should look at it.
Okay. One question for you that you give me a final thought too. So if you are chasing the ball and you want to bring somebody on between Tochukwu Nadi and Rafael Onyedika, who will you bring on? Like
that's why I said it depends on
you cannot retain the ball. You're chasing the ball, yeah.
So if you are chasing the ball, I won't bring. It depends on what your coach wants to do with the ball. I say it again. It's not just about chasing the ball. When you chase the ball, what do you want to do with it? But if you are thinking you have complete dominance and you want to at least collect the ball, like you want someone to tackle for you, then you can't bring Onyedika in that kind of game.
Yeah.
Because you want a tackler.
Yeah.
So I will bring that to Chukwu because that guy looks like he's beginning to fit more like an hybrid kind of person. Okay. Which is why I went on to describe the three different types of DMFs we have nowadays. Eric Chell favors. So the only thing I can advise Onyedika is he has that. The problem is that if you look at his stats, when him and Chris were arguing, I dropped his stats. He's good with central ball passing and everything. The problem is defense splitting passes. Iwobi has higher than him.
All right.
So even if you push him and substitute him with Iwobi, in that defense splitting passes, Iwobi is slightly higher. But in terms of that connection, passing accuracy within the middle, is better than Iwobi. You understand? Passing completion and every other thing, bringing other people into play. But Eric Chell is not like that. When it comes to serious games and tough games in African football, for example, you want somebody that can throw in some tackles. He just needs to do a little. He did some tackle today, but I feel if we have a very heavy midfield, Ivory Coast, those kind of Seko Fofana, Frank Kessie. But like I said, there are ways that you have this kind of people and their leg will not touch the ball still, and you won't even need to mark them. The problem is that you need the right trio to do that, or at least two people to do that. The problem is that even if you have Onyedika alone cannot do it.
Yeah.
So you need the right trio to be able to pass the ball. Look at Busquets, Xavi and Iniesta. No matter how many, the two of them alone don't finish. Busquets will now, if they don't do anything, we'll collect it back for them.
Yeah. Oh no, very people have been hearing you say, because you are breaking it down and you balance the whole thing. That's actually what the good thing. So
that's it.
Another thought from you before I let you go.
Yes, there are three messages I have. I just try to use a number. Number one, help us beg NFF. Their head should be correct. It's knockout stage. Anything can happen. And my point is, if they sack this guy, some North African team or somebody will pick him immediately.
Yeah.
His CV is already bait. It's good. Yeah. It's good for us. We should know what we are doing. Yeah, that's what I would suggest.
Zambia already looking out for him.
Exactly. So we should say to NFF to know what they are doing, because it's been years, more than a decade, that we have the way we are playing style. See, the only reason I don't care about results much, but sometimes I think if you get it right, which is why it looks like, don't forget, you said something key. We didn't beat Lesotho, Zimbabwe, all those people. Remember, when Eric came, he was still trying to piece the team. We didn't have enough time to find the right player profile. That is why those results were like that.
Yeah.
You will see after a certain point, when the steady 11 came on, 3 goals minimum, 2 goals upwards started becoming a situation. After that Benin game, it kind of clicked in a way, because the same people started coming. The point is, once he has his first 11 and a few 4 people, and you get more players into it, things will work. I like him because I am seeing different tactics. You see what he used Paul Arachi to do today. Nigeria know they play that kind of ball in a long time. A striker that holds the ball. He's not even doing link-up playing, switching it for us. Nobody, the opposition cannot think that way, because he switches it wide. The normal expression is when a striker comes back to pick it up, he then comes in. Number 3, he played to the player's strength. I noticed that Unzoa's free kick is good on the foot, but his free kick is not long. He's mid-range, mid-box. So you will notice that Onuachu is always dropping really deep. They target him. I don't know if he doesn't play. If we want to play Onuachu, who would do that? I don't think we have anybody, which is where AFCON may not be able to. Nobody can do what Onuachu is doing in that regard, which is why there's a time for him to play. All this kind of DR Congo ball now, where they want to be ruggeding us in the midfield and want to bypass. Liverpool played that thing with an slot when they first came last season. Once they pass at the back and you are pressing too much, automatically just switch it immediately to Salah or somebody. Quickly, and then you destabilize your opponent, because they don't know where you're going to pass short, when you're going to go long. And I think Chelsea is showing that fluidity to make sure we are capable of any team we play. And I appreciate him for that skill set that he has.
Thank you for your analysis. Really, I appreciate you. Thank you. The man that actually would enjoy the conversation. Thank you. That's very balanced, and a lot of people actually will ask you to go and apply. Please go and apply for the role of technical director of the NFF. That's how they actually ask you to come and do. So I'm going to actually end with. So I'm going to bring Evan D on now. I don't know if Evan D is ready. Evan D and Chaz. So, but I'm going to end with Sponga and Uche. So just let me just read the super chat quickly before I bring Evan. Evan D, are you there? Because Evan D is tired. So game day, great game. Celebrity shout out to the tournament. I think he's not out. I think they will look for a way to get him ready for the next game. I just think that way. I don't think that tip court will be too much. So Chaz also said that Chaz said Chidashi wants Onyeka to take charge of the game. Onyeka is a very technical player and he should be bossing his game. So watch the Russian game too. He played that we played. We actually was so calm. Press what? Also press resistance. Okay.
But he bossed the game today, though. He was.
Please let Eric share no matter the results. That's actually why we should keep Eric share no matter the result. So okay.
Can I say something about?
Just say something quickly so that I can let you go finally. So that it's not.
No, it's funny.
Are you there? Okay, sorry, continue, Charles. Okay. There's one guy called Irawo. Can you call back? I know that you stayed for a long time. Can you call back? Please, Irawo. So, Uche, you are next and Spoga in that. So, Chris, you want to say something? Yeah.
Okay, so it's quite funny how Humble Henry was trying to blame that goal on Onyedika. Like that's funny. That's crazy. Like you have your two center backs that I don't know what Igor was doing, that he left and went to go. Like there was no reason for him to make that movement, and then your center back, other center back is there watching the guy run past him, like watching the guy run, like he's just looking at him like this. And you want to blame him, and you want to blame Onyedika for that goal. Like, what is the connection? Like, where is the connection? And all these things you're saying about, like, can he do what Ndidi is doing? See, I have respect for Ndidi, but after this World Cup, throughout this World Cup qualifiers, Ndidi did not put up any performance that I would say, like, okay, he had a very, like, let's talk about the game against Zimbabwe, where he watched that guy make that run right in front of him. Boom. And the captain was there too. Boom. And then should we talk about the game against Congo, where he gave the guy assist? If Onyedika did any of these things, I swear to God, by now people would have been saying that they should never call this guy back again. Imagine if it was Onyedika that gave that guy that assist to score. or if it was Onyedika that was watching that Zimbabwe player run past him. They will say, this guy no good. But what exactly has Onyedika done for all this talk about he's not this, he's not that, he's not... Today he had a good game. He had a good game today. He was controlling the ball. You will see the way, like anytime the Uganda player comes to press him, he will body feint and pass the ball. He was keeping the ball moving. But somehow, I don't know what you're saying, that Humble is saying that he's not. If I need someone to defend, why should we be defending with the players we have? We should be able to keep the ball. That's what Richard is trying to build, a team that will keep the ball. That's the reason why you see, since he came in, throughout even since this AFCON, you notice that we hardly lose the ball now. We try to keep the ball. You know how we used to play before? Tum 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 tum.
So sorry, Chris, I don't remember the last time we had 25% possession.
We had 200 and something passes against 200 and something passes against Tunisia in the first half, and they had only 90 something. Even today, see how many passes you are completing in a game. Even Sonelise today, Sonelise in the listen was even shocked at the amount of passes we had. When was the last time we were passing ball like that? And this guy is talking about defense. Defense what? Are we bomb or what? If you want him to come and defend, you need can he tackle? No, defenders have different things in them. That's the reason why you have Declan Rice and Zubamendi. There's some things that Declan Rice can do that Zubamendi cannot do. There's some things that Odegaard can do that. So I don't understand all this thing about if you have somebody that can he defend. No, we need someone that can play football, that doesn't treat the ball like a bomb. That's what we want.
Okay. Chris, Onwere is not. He has to have a meeting because Onwere will trigger now. The way you mentioned that.
No, me, I'm ready. Like me, I'm ready. Me, I have my start for Onyedika. I watched the way he played. Go watch the game against Russia. In the two teams, he was the second. He was the second highest ranked. He had the second highest rating in both teams. Him and Onyeka complemented each other because Onyeka was the person doing this thing, and Onyeka was trying to keep the ball, keeping the passes moving. There's a reason why Eric Check keeps calling him back. Sometimes the coach might like the way you play, but maybe there's something that he just wants you to add. But saying that is not good enough is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. When you look at that talent, look at his first goal. Look at the idea, the idea in how we carry that ball and the timing. Look at I sent you a video against South Africa. He came in the 80th minute and see the way he was finding Iwobi every time and see the passes he gave to Lookman. Nobody talks about the good thing he has done. They're talking about the game he played against Rwanda when he was paired in midfield with Kelechi Iheanacho. And if they put you in the midfield, Kelechi Iheanacho, what do you expect him to do? Even the game against Benin Republic, he scored in that game. He gave us the lead. He did his part. But nobody talks about when he does well. Nobody has ever said any good thing about him here. Every single time, is he good enough? What do you mean by is he good enough? So a guy that's been playing back-to-back in the Champions League. When was the last time he played the Champions League? When was the last time Frank Onyeka played in the Champions League? He played against Man City at Etihad. He scored. He had a good game. Even Pep said it, that guy is a very good player. And they won that game. But somehow, every day, someone will come and tell me that if you want to defend, can you call on Onyedika? No, we want to dominate. We want to keep the ball. That's what big teams do. They keep the ball. They make you that you want to go crazy.
I don't know if you still have, I think you've already overstretched it. And anywhere you leave I know that Uche will take over from we take over from it because Uche is also an apostle of Onyedika. But okay, let me just go this, Chris. Final thoughts from you, Chris.
My like I said earlier.
Going forward, do you think any player can make it to the first team, first 11 against Mozambique? I assume he's going to be against Mozambique, not Cameroon. We don't want to become Cameroon at this stage.
First of all, about Mozambique,
you should play Uzo.
See, for me right now, there's no difference between Stanley Wabali and Amas Obasaigi. The game against Tunisia, Wabali didn't make one save. He didn't make any save against Tunisia. One save he didn't make.
Okay.
So for me, there's no difference between him or Zoho. So I don't even care. The main thing for us is that we just have to do it like Man City. We'll score a lot so that when they start scoring or they don't. You understand? We're not behind.
Okay.
That is the only thing. And also, okay. I'll keep saying it here. I said it before, I will say it again. We have to be mindful of these referees, man. These referees are on some crazy things in these tournaments. We have to be very, very mindful of them and the tackles we make. Because going into this round of 16, if by the grace of God we beat Mozambique, we'll probably meet Algeria. And if we meet those North African teams, they will want to play on the ref.
No, see, for me, I think they're going to beat Algeria.
Congo might beat them, but the thing is that the way Algeria play, man, they are I watched that game against Burkina Faso. They are very tricky people. No, Congo, no. For me, my prediction is that Congo will beat them. I know we're going to meet Congo, but I'm saying that when we meet any of these South African teams, we have to be very, very careful.
I don't want everybody to get. Everybody's already tired. Everybody.
I'm here. I didn't hear you.
Okay. So, Chris, I'd like you to ask you what's going
on. The weather they cool. Seriously.
Thank you, Chris, for breaking everything down. And I know that when I bring you on first, you could talk your own. But when other people come talk, you go trigger you. So that's the reason why I asked to keep you slightly before. But thank you, Chris, for that. At least
thank you guys.
I will engage you before the Mozambique game. Maybe Mozambique or Cameroon or Ivory Coast, so we can preview the whole thing together. Thank you, Chris, for your time today. Thank you. So, Evan, let me hear from you.
Well, great game. Happy the way they controlled the ball. The Ukrainians, I expected a lot more from them, but sometimes when your opponent don't allow you to get the ball, what can you do? Then I have to give kudos to Rafael Onyedika. People are saying Onyedika this, Onyedika that. I think you have to look at when you have if you look at France 98, for example, I'm sorry for taking us back. The French team, Vieira was not starting. He was on the bench because they had players starting. It depends on the coach. The coach will look at the qualities that I need at this point in time. Okay, for example, Onyedika, I think he controls the ball, as in it's like giving the momentum, like, okay, let us take it easy. Let's be calm. Give me the ball. He can shield the ball. He can turn. He can do this. He can pass to the side, hold on to the ball. He can also make those runs maybe like the goal he scored today. If you look at his clubs, he scored some goals like that, that he will make the runs. Even the goal he scored against Benin Republic, in front of the 18-yard box. I think he can play as a number 10 as well. He can play as a number 10 because of the way he plays. I think he can play as a number 10. But one thing you realize if you watch his game very well, how good is he when it comes to assists? Is he good with defense splitting passes, like the way Iwobi is going to give you, the way Ndidi is going to give you? Like, can he stay in our half and spot maybe like Moses Simon or Lukman run into space and give him that pass that is going to beat that defender? I'm not sure that's his strength. But to hold the ball, to shield, to play short passes, the guy is good. I think he can offensively is good. Defensively, I think indeed he has here to play in front of, because he's played that role so many times very well. Indeed, his first World Cup qualifier for Nigeria, he played as a right back. If you remember against this guy, they calling Mbesuma, is this Zambia? Or he played as a right back in that game. And I think for now, it is for the coach to now be worried and say, because if you look at the way he played today, maybe if he had replaced Onyeka that day, there would have been some form of stability. But I want to look at, sometimes you have to get into the mind of the coach that, okay, why do you think? Because that day when, not today, the game we played before now, the sub that the coach brought on 2 wingers, Now, was that decision right? I later sat back, I felt like, okay, it was a right decision, but the personnel was wrong. And I will tell you why I said so. When we played AFCON final in 2000, that we had that same problem. Etame Meyer was giving Celestine a lot of problems with that right back. Was giving Celestine. What did the coach do? Decided to bring on Julius Agawa to stay from that side. Agawa had that defensive abilities to be able to return and say block. I mean, when Agawa came on, that pressure from Laurent Etame Meyer reduced.
So maybe Meyer was playing as a right winger then.
Yes. He was playing as a right back. I mean, he could play also as a right wing back.
Was it not Jeremy that was playing as a right back?
No, I think he played as a wing back in the way. He could attack anyway because
he was having this winger there, long.
Yes.
I remember. Yes.
Yes. So he gave Celestine Babaro a lot of problems. He was attacking us a lot. So when Agawa came on, he was able to reduce that pressure from that side. Maybe the coach was also expecting what's his name? Was expecting Ejuke. Ejuke could stay in that side, draw back a little bit.
He was just walking.
Yes, to come back a little bit. Then when we have a chance, when maybe the player wants to come, we can exploit the space behind. Maybe we thought about that, but I felt maybe Onyedika should have played. All in all, it's a good game, and the coach is going to be happy that, okay, Onyedika, thank God you've been on the bench. You also want to prove a point, and you've been able to do that. So when it matters, you can, going forward, if you feel like, okay, you want to take off, let's say, for example, you want to take off Akko Adams in a game, and you feel like, okay, Iwobi, push forward a little bit. You have that attacking abilities. Onyedika, you now drop to that row where Iwobi is. You now be the one to be collecting the ball. It maybe I think you understand what I'm saying. Drop play that Iwobi. Iwobi normally is going to drop deep. Kanu used to do that as well. He was going to drop into our half because Kanu was a good passer of the ball. But will Onyedika be able to pass like that? I mean, good guy, good football. He's very skillful, very, very skillful. He's very skillful, and he's the only one that can shield the ball. That you give him the ball under pressure, that can shield the ball, that he will not quickly collect it. Wolf does not have that physical ability when you give him the ball under pressure. Onyedika has that above, I think, every other one because he's so skillful. I mean, if you look at it, Onyeka is not as skillful as Onyedika. Onyedika is skillful. If you go and check his history, you probably has played as maybe like 8, 10.
He used to play 10 for his grassroots club. That's what I heard. So that's why.
So you will see in the way he plays, you will see that he must have played that 10 because he's skillful. He can, dribble. He can use the ball in this way. And if you look at his technique, the way he scored that goal, you will know. How many of our players? Because I always complain that so,
you have same coach like Mikel Obi. They're not the same.
They are not the same. He is a bit faster, but you know, Mikel can pass the ball better than him.
Yeah,
and Mikel can also shield the ball as well. So I think Mikel can play as a DM. He can be a disruptor. So, but by and large, it's good that we're, let us just pray. It shouldn't be a repetition of the 2019 2021, the one in Cameroon that won all our 3 games. And you can see the team is growing bit by bit. Is growing. The coach is still, let's say, is also learning 1 or 2 things, trying to understand the players more. Now with this opportunity that they have, they spend together a longer time because of the African Cup of Nations. Now you understand the players, more. They probably will be thinking, okay, who should I, maybe in the future, who should I invite? Who should play this role? Who should play that role? I'm still not so. He played well a little bit, but I'm still not so impressed with Moses Simon sometimes. Yeah, he played, but I think I want him to step it up a little bit. When you are playing for, look. Sorry?
I was saying it for 10 years.
I know now. It's not 30 yet. Some people made their debut. Look, let me tell you. I agree with you. But look, if you look between 1992 and 1994, how old was Yekini?
30-something years.
He was about the same age that Simon is now. And Yekini was the highest scorer in 1992, was the highest scorer in 1994. Maybe, so step it up a little bit. Let the opposing, let the person playing that right back, let the person feel that pressure. It's just like, so I think the team is, I want that middle to be balanced, which they are doing, and they should be able to be like a shield to our back four. It should be like a shield to our back four, because our back four sometimes, look, like I've said in another platform, I still don't. Igbo lacks that positional play. I saw him. He still did the same problem that I've been seeing with him. He still did that same today. You are in the first half. You can't be playing 5. Then we'll see you at where the left back is, and you're leaving that acres of space. If you play against a team that very well, they move the ball quicker, like the Algerian team, they'll punish you. And they've got a very skillful set of players. But it's a good one for the national team. They played well. They made. The most important is to control the game with more passes and all that. Then, but they have to work on the goals they concede. It's very important for you to don't just concede goals like that, because then one thing we have not, which we have seen a little bit, is the 3 games they didn't concede the first goal. Good one.
Yes.
We didn't concede first. And when the team, the first game, when the Tanzania equalized, we quickly, we went ahead again, which is a good one. But I've not seen how the team is going to react. If the team concedes first, how are they going to react? That's another thing we'll see. And I also understand, I see why, I'm trying to get to the mind of the coach. I also want to see why the coach also played in that friendly game, Akinse Miro in the hole. Because I feel like maybe if you took Akinse Miro, you can defend as well. If you play in that, and you're a good passer of the ball, if you play in that hole, and my strikers are getting the needed balls, and you're also supporting, the defense, it's going to be a good one. If you're going forward, I expect, I don't know who the team we're going to play, but Mozambique is a very difficult. They've got good players. They're very smart, but in the middle, I don't think they will boss us in the middle.
I think the group is where they are really. They have the oldest player in this AFCON, 42 years of age. Makes sense. Do you remember?
Yeah, is it the one they call Pobia?
Yeah, no, that was Gabon captain. This guy, what's it called? He played against us when Martins scored. That was. That was.
Is it a striker?
It's a striker, winger, right back striker. It's just everywhere. They call him Messi. It's a long time since 2010. He has been actually it's 42 years of age now.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So we see they have a player getting Katamo, you know, that is
yeah, he's very good. Sporting
good.
one, right?
They also have this guy from Sunderland, their left back Sunderland.
Yeah, the former Atletico Madrid
player. So
that's Ronaldo.
Football is funny. Tomorrow, Mozambique might go and beat Cameroon.
I don't think so. They don't have because that's Cameroon team. I've been impressed with the way they are played. They are very, very physical.
But
they're another difficult team to play now.
Do you expect the way Mozambique played against Gabon? I did not expect it. See, Gabon had no answer to everything Mozambique threw at them. At least when Cameroon played against Gabon still had some answers now. But
I mean, because if you look at it now, for Gabon, the problem I see with them were like the captain is I mean, is not. They don't have the best of central. The central defender is not so. He committed the blunder. He shouldn't have fouled the guy that he fouled in that game, and they were unfortunate. Honestly, they were unfortunate because if you look at the Mozambican goalkeeper, he saved the guy is good. He saved so many balls, and he was like the one that took away the victory from Gabon. Because yes. He saved a lot of balls. They were so unfortunate. And I mean, and they also their team is almost like an aging team. You know, the Pocos, almost like an aging team.
All right, thank you everyone for your time. We always enjoy, your analysis and everything. That's why I don't you waiting for so long time because you're tired.
No. I want the dose. I did what I did.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. So let me just take some quick shots quickly. So guys, Chris Irawo. So not Chris is not actually because Chris so Uche, Sport Grinder and Irawo, we're going to come once and end the show. So that we can but let me just take shots quickly. Please, Sport Grinder, Uche and Irawo, put camera on please so that we can just end it once. And where you want to come and fire Chris again. Okay, take it from. Let me just take super chat quickly before I take you on. So we start from super chat. I know that Kevin said that. Who is the player? He said, "What is the name of the midfielder that switched?" Kevin, you use super chat to ask me the question. You know what? If you want to get the name of the player, I will DM me. I will tell you the player name, but the player is based in the Dutch league. I'll just put it that way. The player is on his way to the German Bundesliga. So I'll just put it that way. But if you want, just DM me. I will tell you the name. So I don't want to say public because the other country, they're fighting really hard for that boy. They are fighting hard. In fact, they are mentioning Wesley Sneijder to talk about the boy. They'll be talking about the boy every corner. So I don't want it to be like say he don't commit fully. So that's why I don't want to mention the boy's name. It's okay, so that we don't know exactly where this one is going to actually get to. So that what shell? Okay, I've already read this one. So okay, what about this one too? Someone said NFF should extend what Shell's contract before round of 16 game. Add money to his contract. We will contribute from our taxes. Samuel, it's very funny. It's very funny. I agree with you, Samuel. So between Nadi and Onyedika, whom do you think a coach like Pep Guardiola would prefer?
Onyedika. That was the reason.
Okay, can you see now? They have even cautioned me now. Not talk about the player. I'm talking about I've been cautioned now.
Smith.
Okay, I've been cautioned now. So let me just put that one there. Yeah. So that is actually what. So thank you guys for that super chat. I think it's gonna be Onyedika. I'm gonna lie to you guys. I think it's gonna be Onyedika. Okay, let's continue. I'm not firing anybody. all crazy this thing. Okay. Yeah, Chas, let me hear from you so I can bring in Sport Grinder, War, and Usha at once. Yeah, Chas.
All right, so Smith, how you doing? How's everything?
Yeah, we're
So
doing well. Yeah.
okay, so I just want to say we had a good game. I was hoping to see it was all. Like I said earlier, I said I want to see all the players under this man, and some of them are improved, some of them have improved, and they got
you also want to
worse.
see Usman Mohammed?
No. I mean the ones that have
But you
been
want to see
played.
all the players.
No, it's the ones that have been played other Guavon and Kenneth Rod. I want to see them, because under a couple of months, not even a year, this man has transformed this team. He has given them a philosophy, he has given them a playing style, he has trained personnel. To me, I was a little bit shocked because why did Moses Simon make this team? I don't want, because if I was to blame players for this World Cup qualifier, I don't want to blame players. I really don't want to. But if I was to blame somebody, it's him. He's so nonchalant. He's so relaxed that he doesn't care. And I saw the ball. You see the ball Chukwueze gave him from that his wing, just a diving header. He was trying to go. I don't know what he was doing, whether controlling or something. He slipped and he fell, and he wasted the opportunity. So I've seen Zoho today. Zoho, for the first time ever, I wasn't afraid. I wasn't holding my hand in the chest, even though we kept on conceding free kick. I don't know why the referee gave Calvin a yellow card. That, to me, Uche was the one who found Calvin, not the other way around. But see, my problem with Ogbu is he doesn't he was getting dribbled that easily. Like they were breaking from his wings, because they tried to break from Ryan, they tried to break from Bruno. It couldn't work. They started targeting Ogbu and they were dribbling him too much. I didn't like that. So, and also I saw Chukwueze tracking back. That was interesting. Chukwueze was really tracking back for Ogbu, and which was good. And I like the fact that Ryan can cross with two of his feet, but he's very athletic. He knows when to dive, go for the dive and all that. And I also like the fact that this team is getting better. They are understanding each other. You saw Victor, he actually stopped changing. I was surprised that Eric Chell chose him to be the captain over Simon, his son. That was interesting. I was like, okay, is this man seeing that Simon don't have the leadership quality? Because like I said earlier, if I want to blame someone for this World Cup qualifier, it will be him. I don't want to blame players, but I'll blame him because the way he kicked that penalty, I still he didn't even try. Let me just try. He just kicked it into the keeper's hand. But for me, it was a good game. Hopefully, what I want to say, like I said earlier about Onyedika is that kind of midfielder that can control the tempo of the game. He's more like a Mikel, but very faster and very skillful. Can he give long ball passes? He can. He's even very clinical than some of that Ndidi. So if you want to see the best of Onyedika, play him. Don't play him if you play him against a tough African opponent. You might not see him really, but against a European, maybe like a Portugal, like a Spain, like a France, like a Russia, you can play him because you match the tempo. You control the tempo of the game. That's what people don't understand. They don't. All these Guavon and Raw, especially Guavon, they don't want to do the profile players they have. They'll just divide. Say, be Guavon was playing Keleti and Acho as right winger against which team was that? I was like, why would you do that? Is he a right winger or a second striker? So to me, the game was amazing. I hope we'll see a Benji's and Keith Samira. I was hoping to see him, but for some reason he didn't bring him on. He brought that other guy, Lawa or whatever he calls himself. And also, I hope, because people are saying they are hoping this team. No, this team is not going to they're not going to get knocked out. My only problem is that DR Congo game now. I hope DR Congo might use physicality and finish them, so that we can face them again. I want to see us face DR Congo, but I feel like if you notice these boys, the reason why they're playing this well, like I said, you have a nice pitch, you have nice facilities, you have no more people are no longer expecting anything from them, so the pressure has been reduced. And then
NFF. Do you think that because they go to play second round in games in first, is that an advantage for them?
Oh, definitely. They're getting used to the stadium atmosphere. Definitely. If you say the first game against Tanzania, it wasn't that good. The second game they improved. The third game they improved. With time they'll get better. They'll get better. And I hope and I pray we win that DR Congo case because I want to see these boys play against the big boys. People are saying that why is this Nigerian team not in the World Cup? And now you can see to tell you that, see, if NFF have done that scouting well and look for a good coach.
And you know, I remember before the AFCON, we were not confident at all. Nobody wants to go, but now the momentum is now building.
Exactly, exactly. Like I said, what this team needed was a good manager, someone who understands a governance. Without respect, no, we don't. Well, no. We need someone who understands the system, and he's trying to implement that French system in this team because he's playing them in different positions, and that makes them unpredictable because you don't know what they can do next. So, and you see the fact that we are dominating the game. We dominate. The only problem is just that when you're playing that high line, you need your That's can give you that. Ajayi can maybe, but others can't do it. Awaziem came in and there was miscommunication between him and Uzor. They almost called on goal. So, but to me, Uzor was okay. I feel like we should play Uzor with Bassi and Ajayi. I want to see something. I want to see. We might keep a clean sheet. But Uzor was okay. It wasn't making me afraid. I was surprised. I was calm. Everybody's getting better. I hope we win the Congo case. I want to see this team at this World Cup.
All right. Thank you, Charles. Thank you for the time.
Thank you so much.
So, I'm rounding it up now because I've already spent more than overshoot. So I'm just going to bring everybody on. So that then we're going to just wrap it up from there. But let me just take this podcast. I didn't mention any player here. I didn't call any player at all. So Mozambique is a physical team. Wing and midfield, both relentless. If we actually were to face them, our right back and left back would need serious help. Yes, honestly, Jenny is very dangerous on the right hand side. So technical players with Portuguese link. Yes, it's going to be similar to the way we played against Angola the last AFCON. That is it. So Mozambique is a very dangerous team. So I'm going to bring everybody actually on at once because we have to wrap it up now. I want to make sure I just get everybody at once. Even so, I'm going to start with Shanopi. Shanopi has Shanopi is not here. I think the weather is not. Shanopi,
he's here. He's right here. Yeah.
Can you hear me, Shanopi?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Well, you're not moving.
Maybe the network is not really great, but yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I know that you have a lot of things going on tomorrow. Let me just hear from you first, so I can go back to bed. Yeah.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, the network, my Wi-Fi is not strong.
Just say your thing so that we can actually let you go. And that you have to go to bed now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good to be here, man. The atmosphere buzzing, and it feels good to see Super Eagles play in different patterns, and you can see what Rochelle is trying to do. Even the so-called players that we don't typically rely on or trust, you can see how they are playing. And the only thing you can pray is that long may it continue. However, there are still concerns. If you're going to win a championship, certain departments have to step up their game. I'm still worried about defense and some communication between midfield and the defense. And if we're gonna go far, the coach needs to work on that piece. And our journey, if we're to do anything meaningful or even to win the AFCON, is gonna be very, very tough, considering the brackets that we find ourselves under. There's a potential of meeting Algeria or DR Congo, and there's a high potential of meeting Morocco as well, if we scale through the round of 16. So good win, but there's still a lot of work to be done if we're to get anything out of this competition.
Okay. So I impressed you with the new boy that played, Rafael Onyedika.
Rafael Onyedika is not a new boy. Let's make that very clear.
Okay.
He was part of the AFCON, even though Eric Shaw Passero didn't play him in the last AFCON. Maybe he played a few minutes. I don't know. I don't remember him playing. I think we had this conversation before when you asked me about Rafael. I felt like Rafael Onyedika, despite all whatever he's been doing with his club in Belgium, has not shown to anyone that is ready to step into that big shoe, of a midfielder that is supposed to be that midfield, that potentials that we've all seen. So I think coaches see more than we see in training. But if fans can say the same thing, I guess we're not that far off as well. So what I saw today, one could argue that okay, maybe it's because it's against Uganda, but you have to start from somewhere. I need to see more from Rafael. But today, it shows some balls. That goal is called against the first goal, the technique. Typically, we don't see that in Super Eagles. It's been a while we've seen that kind of thing from Super Eagles where you see someone with some kind of extra out of box thinking of taking that ball. Maybe some other midfielder might have paused, passed around, look around to pass it back, but he just took the ball along, and it's very skillful of him. I would love to see more from him because typically right now it should be at least by now starting for the Super Eagles, not being on the bench. So I want to see more from him.
Oh, okay. And so do you think that the team is actually what because someone is telling me that it's like he saw this face during one interview, so I'm just going to tell that person. So now going forward, I know that you've watched this team very closely. Before the tournament and as you are now, any hope for Nigeria winning the trophy? Any hope? We can't hear you.
Yes. There's hope, but at the same time, I'm a very cautious fan. I've been through this journey so many times. 2006, we had maximum points, right? 9 points, and we had a very very tough game against Tunisia in the quarterfinals. And guess what? Those guys were fatigued out in the semifinals against Ivory Coast, and Drogba scored that goal, and they locked the shop. In Garua 2019, we could all argue maybe Osimhen wasn't there, but Tunisia crashed us out. So I've seen this play so many times where one too many, right? Where Super Eagles will be like, oh, everything is good, then they will just let you down. So I want to I'll be cautious in my belief, but I'll be patriotic to say, okay, I think these players have shown that they want to get something out of this competition. So I'm going to hang on that, and I believe, yes, they can win something. But yeah, it's going to be a tough road ahead, man. Very tough. Looking at that bracket, it's crazy. It's tough. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know that you have a very busy. I don't know, maybe I can see. I don't know. Well, we're going to try and text me. I can still ring you tomorrow morning. But thank you, Shanobi, for your time. I won't. So can I just go to bed? Thank you.
By the way, Sport Grinder, man, I love your takes. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Big name. Thank you, Shanobi. Thank you. It's actually so. Let me just hear from you. Then I'm with my people. So can you Irawo mean star? Are you a star?
Of course I am.
Yeah, I can see you wearing Brazil star. So let me hear from you quickly.
5 stars. So thank you so much, Mr. Smith, for your platform. I've been following you for like 2 years.
But you know that we lost our accounts. We just started this one. Okay. Yeah.
I never knew we could call in on the show. It was recently I just started seeing people calling, and I was like, okay, let me try it today. I didn't even know. So I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I love football a lot.
Yeah.
And I think I've gotten to a stage where my football is more than just love and watching. I think I understand it like in a different way. So I'm so happy you gave me at least this my first opportunity to speak about football. So I'm grateful.
Yeah, let's hear from you. Sorry for keeping you waiting too, because I didn't really. Sometimes you will go, you come back, you come back. So that's all. So let me just hear your take.
I'm in Nigeria and I'm using MTN, so sometimes it's like this and like that, but no. Okay. So I think from the Nigerian game for today, I'd just like to say some few things. I think for the first time in a long while, Nigeria has a good coach. Because a good coach is not someone that will win all his games. A good coach is not someone that will win all the trophies. But a good coach is someone that after 4 to 5 games, you will clearly see his philosophy. you clearly see the impact of his coaching. You clearly see the style in what he wants to do, how he transmits it to people. And I think in Nigeria's case, it's clear. The style and the philosophy of the manager is clear for everybody. Everybody can clearly see the impact of his coaching techniques, of his methodology. So is there. He might not win every game. He might not win every trophy he competes for. He might even get outclassed in terms of tactics. But I think he's a good coach. I think he understands his players, and he has found a way of passing his philosophy to his players. So I think Nigeria should keep him going forward. It's not every time, we discard. I think we can build on this because we can clearly see that he has given us an identity. And that identity is, to play and to dominate. His identity is clear. He's not shy. Because before the Tunisia game, he said something that he might either go and chicken out and play defensive, or he comes and plays his style. And he played his style. That's bravery. He played his style. And don't forget, Tunisia drew Brazil. Tunisia had gone a long run without conceding, but he outclassed Tunisia. I'm telling you, he's a good coach because he stuck to his style and he was brave enough to implement it. He didn't have the best players, but with what he has, he was able to do what he do. So I think he's good. Let's give him his kudos. All those people on Twitter that like bashing him, he's from Mali, he's French, doesn't matter. We can clearly see that the man is brave and the man is executing something. So we'll give him that. So for the game today, the players, Uzoho, I'm not impressed, but I can see that there's an improvement from the one we knew before. Sure, you get. There's a clear improvement from the one he seems a little bit more confident. I was watching one of the videos of Alex Iwobi and I saw him talking in the video and laughing. He seems more at home now. So and confidence is a very big part of football. It's a very, very big part of football. There are some things he still lacks, the kicking and some other things, but is it better than where he was before? I think so, yes. Should he be number one? No. Yes, but at least we can say if he's there, he can do a job. Can he just manage and do a job, a quick fix? I think that works. Then, looking at the defenders Nigeria have, they say defense wins you titles, right? Defense wins you titles, and I'm not sure Nigeria has one of the best. And you see, when you don't have one of the best, you have to find a system that can hide that defense a little bit. The wing backs, the right back and the left backs, not so decent. Maybe Bruno is a little bit more decent in going forward. Zaidu is better at defending. At the Alebiosu guy, he tries. We can make do with them. But, for the center, the worrying part is the center-back partnerships. You see, apart from Bassi and Ajayi, I think the other two are well below par. But between Ogbu and Awazim, I think Awazim is the last. Because Awazim is the last. Because if we use some metrics, in terms of playing out from the back, we could see that in the first half, Chukwueze is always complaining that Bassi doesn't give him ball. You can see Bassi did some kind of telewire ball, like 4 or 5, and it was accurate. It was accurate. And you could see Ogbu did the same for Moses Simon. Ogbu played like 3 or 4 for Moses Simon, and it was accurate. But Ogbu suffered in terms of the physicality because of that Uche guy. Was so big and he could have muzzled him, but he grew into the game. But is Ogbu that good to be a replacement? No. But I think Awazim scares me a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Awazim scares me because I don't know what he's actually really good at. I'm not sure he's good at air balls. He's not good at one-on-one. He's not even good at anticipating. Because the goal they scored is an anticipation issue. Ogbu has gone out to go and follow the man. Awazim has left that big space. And that guy just made a dash. So I think Awazim scares me the most from our defense. So we better pray that maybe nothing happens to Ajayi and Bassi.
I will try and check. Maybe they're going to cancel the yellow card after this group stage. So that at the end of the day.
Okay. Doesn't accumulate Bassi.
Sorry, Uche?
Because Ikpeazu took a yellow card today, and what was written was misses next match.
Yes, I knew that if Ajayi got booked today to miss next match, but I think after the group stage they cancel it. But I will see. So final word from you, because we're already out of time.
Okay, and then I also want to make a point about the midfield. You know, the coach has a clear style, playing and dominating. You know, and the role of a coach is to use his best players. Like, he has to make room for the best players in his best philosophy. I think in his philosophy of playing and dominating, that Onyedika guy has to play. That, like, he has to find a way to play that, because that guy is the most technical out of all the midfielders that we have. If you look at the goal he scored, can Ndidi control that ball, the first goal? Can Ndidi control that ball and make that shoot? I doubt. Can Onyeka do that? I think so. So I don't know why people say Ndidi is not droppable. If you look at the philosophy, the way we play, Nigeria dominates all their opponents. Mm-hmm. And when you dominate all your opponents, the number 6 is very important. He has to be a ball playing. He has to be someone who can come, retrieve, go, you know, select the passes right. I think that guy is the most important in that position. You know, but how do you? He has his own difficulties. Yeah. So you have to shield him. Yeah. You have to play him with people who can run for him.
Can run. That's why I brought him.
You have to play with people who can win back. Yeah. Because there was something he was doing. He can absorb pressure. You can see that when Oyemechi, the Bruno guy, was under pressure, he will come, he will kick, and he will go somewhere. You know, it helps a lot. So I think the coach, based on the game that we are playing, the coach has to find a way to use him. Okay. You know, if you look at Barcelona.
Yeah, we have to wrap it up quickly because we're already out of time. Yeah.
Okay, like just for you. If you look at Barcelona, Frankie de Jong and Eric Garcia this season, there are some games that Eric Garcia will start next to Pedri. There are some games that Frankie de Jong will start next to Pedri. Yeah. It's the same thing, it's the same dilemma that we have. I think if we are going to defend, if we are going for an opponent that is going to submerge us, like it's more physical, I don't think you play him.
Yeah. Thank you, Yawo, for your time, you know.
Thank you so much.
Times are so fast spent, so we really actually enjoy you. So guys, you know, we're the final stretch now. So you know, you guys have been I would like to combine with Onweri. And Chris. So let me okay, sports grinder.
Let me just go so that you can bring them. No. So let me just I just talk first. Yeah, so that they if you want to bring them. Yeah. So in terms of the game today, like we did very well for a second string side, even though I don't like much changes, but we did like 8 outfield changes. But I can see that there's momentum in like they understand. If the bench guys understand this process like this, I want to believe the main team guys understand it very well. So I believe they're drilling in the process. Now, let me just do a quick rundown of the players. Zoho, like the truth is that none of our goalkeepers have been tested. The kind of goals they score them were like the ball they scored him today was a chip. He didn't have to dive. So we've not really had a chance where they tested it and our goalkeeper had to dive. Like you see all those Botswana kind of save, all those Uganda, Tanzania goalkeeper, what he was doing against Nigeria. Like nobody has really tested Nigeria like that. So I cannot use that and say Zoho was not good. But the one thing I did see that I liked with Zoho over Nwabali was when both of them catch the ball, Nwabali kills a lot of our momentum in our attack. But Uzoho will see us sprinting. And we're very good at like once our goalie catches the ball, our players are very good at sprinting and waiting for the goalkeeper to start the attack quickly. Uzoho did that a lot today. And I was like, okay, I like this. You know, because you can quickly get goals like that or start counter like that. I would prefer Uzoho, a fully fit Uzoho over a half fit Nwabali. I would prefer Uzoho continuing, for the remainder of the competition. Now, Ryan himself played very well today, but if Chukwueze brought in Ryan more, if he combined more with Ryan, bro, we would have been going crazy over Ryan. Like Chukwueze will go, Ryan will make a stretching run and stretch the Uganda defense, and Chukwueze won't even use him at all. he would just go in the middle. Like Chukwueze played well, don't get me wrong, but if he combined well with, like how Akko combined with Osai a lot. If Akko was there.
Sorry, I want to ask you a question before you continue to do defense line. And it's a very good question. You have watched a lot of AFCON games this year.
Mm-hmm.
Which goalkeeper do you think Iwabali is better than in all this AFCON?
That Iwabali is better than? Let me quickly think of all the groups, man. Maybe I was going to say Zimbabwe goalkeeper, but that guy was saving a lot too. So yeah,
saving a lot.
Yeah.
Don't say Zambia. It was
Zambia guys made that score respectable against Morocco. He made it very respectable. Like the Zambian goalkeeper, he made it 3-0. It should have been like 8-0 against Zambia.
So, think about it again. Yeah. Which one do you think?
He has not, okay, see, I won't say he's not better than anybody. Like Nigeria has received the fewest shots in this competition. That's to be truthful.
The defense line is doing a very good job.
The defense is doing, I would say the midfield to the defense is restricting the chances, just that the few ones that come from open play, because if we've considered 4 goals, but we've considered really 2 from leg work. The other 2 were penalties and, cross and nod, like set piece, which can beat any defense any day. Yeah. So to me, we've only given up 2 walked goals.
Sorry, I have this. Sorry, also it's a very funny. It's very funny. Super chat. It's RD. So that it's better than the third choice of.
That's true. No, but that guy even made the save. No, the Uganda third choice even made the save. He made the save again. No, but anyway, yeah. Yeah. So it's a very hard comparison to compare because he has not really had to save, unlike Ivory Coast where he was exposed. He's going to be exposed from knockouts. We're going to be getting shots. The competition will increase.
Yeah.
Now, from the whole team today, the only person I want to retain his shirt, Uzoho and Alebio. So every other person come back. I like what Onyedika is doing. I love Onyedika's gameplay. But Onyedika, except Shell likes body midfielders. He likes people that run. If Shell was like a Spanish coach or maybe a Dutch coach or a Portuguese coach that like players like Busquets, Vitinha kind of DMs, Onyedika will be the first name on our sheet every match because of his high cerebral play. I'll put something in the chat. There are 2 DMs you have. You have the ones that control, like Busquets. We all praise him, but Busquets is not he's not very hard in tackle. He just uses his positional awareness because of where Zagvi and Iniesta may likely give up the ball. Like they'll give up the ball in your half. By the time you're coming and the Spanish team is chasing you, Busquets is there to just mop it up and take it back. It's not like he runs aggressively, gives you body and take it back. No, he's a calm DM because that's how Spain and Barcelona have always played. Would Busquets have thrived in a team like Chelsea that don't play like that, like Man U? He would not really thrive like that. He may not even thrive in a Real Madrid because Real Madrid like that traditional DM. So it's hard to compare Ndidi and Onyedika type of midfielders. There are different coaches that will play them. They're like if Siasa were to be the coach of Nigeria, he would likely play Onyedika because he likes those kind of players.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that argument, forward line. I like what Onuachu did, especially when he gets the ball and he just switches play blindly, knowing that Alebiosu or Chukwueze will be there to pick the ball. I like that. But I prefer most of my chances falling to Osimhen than Onuachu. And if Onuachu, and if Onuachu and Osimhen are playing together, you risk isolating Osimhen a lot. When Akko plays with Osimhen, Akko does that dirty work. Onuachu did it, but he was not playing in Osimhen a lot. He was playing in more of the wingers, the fullbacks, the midfielders, give and run. It was like they were going into each other. The only one or two times Osimhen had chance, you saw one of them. He caused a red card. He caused that red card. Yeah. So I would prefer that Akko, and I'll prefer Lookman for all that Simon did today. He slowed down a lot of our attack. He was good in beating the players, but he slowed down a lot of our attack. And his combination with Bruno was like, you could tell that there was it was not there. Lookman and Bruno's combination was there. That is why I want to see Alebiosu and Akko combine when Akko goes wide. I feel we would over enjoy Alebiosu a lot, because the guy can do both leg crossing, and anybody that can cross both leg is the biggest nightmare to a fullback. Is like any left back facing a right back that can cross with both his right and left. It's very hard for that left back because he knows the right back can either make an overlapping run or cross, or he can go inside and play with the winger and take a corner with his left leg or cross with his left leg. So that's a problem. So that's why I prefer Alebiosu to play. But I'm always afraid whenever we don't drop any points, in the group, and every time we've done well I've never really bothered to see what we did in 1980 when we won it. But 94, with no winner, I think it was only three teams in a group. We won one and drew one.
Yeah.
Like every time we won it, we know they drop point for group. Yeah.
In 1980, we drew one game.
Yeah, we even drew one game in the group in 1980.
What about 2000?
2000, we drew.
2000, we drew against Congo. Yeah, we drew against Congo.
Congo Brazzaville. Yeah. See, you know that since in the history of AFCON, we've not been 100%.
Even the winners, has there been any winner that was 100%? I don't think, except maybe Cameroon in 2002, but I think that's about it.
Cameroon in 2000.
No. In 2002 in Mali, I think they blessed.
Okay, because they drew.
Like everybody in that group got 4 points. They all won one, drew one, and lost one in that Togo, CIV, Ghana, and Cameroon group. Yeah,
I think it was 2002 then.
Yeah, it was 2002. I know they won Egypt, Algeria, Egypt, and everybody. Yeah, they beat everybody.
What about Tunisia in 2004?
Did Tunisia win all their games? They beat Rwanda. I know they beat DRC, but I don't know if they won their second game.
Okay. So because
whoever their second game was, yeah.
I think the time that
Egypt didn't win Morocco. Egypt didn't win Morocco in 2006. Yeah, they drew 0-0 with them.
They drew. So what about 2008? I think Egypt 2008 won everything.
Yeah, I know they beat Cameroon and everybody in the group, and then beat Cameroon again in the finals. Yeah.
So I know that.
Small hope day. Yeah. But I'll prefer Mozambique. Everybody's saying our route. If assuming allegedly we get to the final, everybody's saying our route is a tougher route. No, I think the other route is a way tougher route, because you have Senegal, you have Egypt, over there, you have Mali, I think the two routes, there's no better route. It's just some more, and there's a chance Ivory Coast to be in the other route. I'm like, just bring any route, make we knock them out and go to the cup.
Yeah. I think runner up in Group F will face South Africa.
Which is Cameroon. Yeah.
People will be surprised that South Africa can take out Morocco again. You know that the Moroccan coach, Regagi, he asked the FA in Morocco that the only friendly game he wanted is in South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Said no.
Oh, for real?
Yes, his players are going for the Club World Cup. See, no. He's dying to play South Africa. Up to this moment, he didn't understand how they lost that in Ivory Coast.
And if they're not careful, they may lose. But I think they have found a better pair for Agued, the guy that from Torino that came in against Zambia. That guy, Masina, he played very well. So that guy may just do a very good job, for them if they play this. Yeah. And I actually think that quarterfinal may have two grudge matches. South Africa in our part, South Africa, Morocco, Nigeria, and DR Congo. Or when FIFA go concert to Nigeria and DR Congo match, that FIFA go send ref for that.
Honestly, is that if Nigeria should qualify, Algeria and Nigeria Congo play in Rabat, then they now meet in Marrakesh.
Marrakesh.
Marrakesh is, from here to Marrakesh is not far at all. So now go set this course with that.
Yep. They will give us gloves.
Yeah, for here to Marrakesh is not that's even bad. I want to go and see. In fact, I'm even rooting for DR Congo to beat Algeria. So honestly, so I want to see.
They should. Like, I'm sorry to digress, but if you watch the last 7 minutes of Senegal and Benin game and DR Congo game, it was like both of them were playing to avoid Algeria. Like, Senegal knew that one more goal for Congo could send Congo through because they had that red card. So they were going to be down on fair play, and Congo was going to become first. And Congo was playing Botswana. They could play Botswana. So Senegal was pushing hard for that goal. So everybody was playing to avoid Algeria. So, but it's what it is.
That based on what I see here, is that I think Senegal will play against Sudan.
Yeah, Senegal is playing Sudan. They should be careful of that game. That Sudan side, they can play, but they can't score. They can play. Those guys get chemistry, man. They're good. They're very good. So just to add, the player you were talking from Mozambique, his name is Pelembe.
Pelembe, yes. Pelembe.
Yeah, he worried us in the game 0-0 in their house in Mozambique. Him and one light-skinned guy. Yeah, in Maputo, the guy warriors.
Yes, Pelembe. Yeah. I just remember
Elias Pelembe. Yeah.
He's 42 now.
Yes, 42. I think he's the oldest, followed by Onyango. Yeah.
Onyango, yeah, he's the oldest. Thank you, Sport Ganja. Always brilliant, always top notch analysis. A lot of people don't really enjoy this. I mean, it's like a lecture. I like to actually listen to you. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
No worries, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah. So I just surprised that AFCON is unpredictable. Don't be surprised that Mozambique we beat Cameroon tomorrow, and we might be meeting Cameroon in the round of 16. If we play Cameroon, we now go and face between Algeria and DR Congo. Now go and face between South Africa, Morocco, and what type of fraud is this? So let me just because I was planning to write it up with you, but because I put a link and people just actually will join after. But I want to hear from you first. Let me just I don't know, maybe you should still want to say Uche. Let me just be hearing from you quickly.
Okay. So what I want to discuss is about balance.
Maybe Chris, you want to wave your hand and see if you want to have final thoughts, Chris? You want to have final thoughts? Okay. You can put it in super chat. I can't hear you very well. So just continue with it.
Yeah. So especially with
the chat box, private chat. Yeah.
Yeah. So especially with the midfield, you always want to get balance, especially with the three personnel you're playing with. And right now in the team, it will be Ndidi and Oyeka actually complement each other. So that's why I feel like Onyedika is not getting in as of now, because if you're playing Onyedika, you need because Onyedika is more of a deep line defensive midfielder. He can do the playmaking from the defense. So, and he's good at switching passes. So, but if you're playing him, you have to play someone like Oyeka and also someone like what's his name? The guy he played with today, Fisayo. Fisayo, so that those two guys can keep doing the running for him while he dictates the play from the defense aspect of the field. And what I like about this the current setup is that we currently have like 6 good midfielders that we can take to a tournament. So that is actually a blessing for us. Remember, as at the beginning of the year, we were complaining, who are the midfielders? Who are the midfielders? Now we have like 6, or maybe if you add +1, maybe Akinsomiro, we have like 7 midfielders now that we can take to competitions, and then we'll be comfortable enough to do something in the tournament, in whatever tournament we are going to. One more thing is Onuachu, I love the way he played today, the way he was dropping in and spraying the passes. And I feel like, okay, like Akko is supposed to be the main guy, should always be the mainstay in the team. Then Osime or Onuachu can come in to replace themselves. That would keep we always ensure that we have balance in the team. And I hope there's some quarters of journalists that feels that Chelsea doesn't deserve the job. I hope now they understand that he's actually good and we need to keep him, because I was hearing in some quarters or some spaces where they were saying after this AFCON he should start packing his bag up and he should go. I'm like, who are you going to replace that kind of person with? Are we moving forward, or we want to stay stuck again, or stay stagnant again and look for that person that will go through like maybe 1 or 2 years, we'll be confused in the wilderness before we find another person. So it's better we keep him. We keep him after the AFCON, no matter where we end up, whether we lose the next match. Hopefully we don't. We should ensure that we keep him until 2030 World Cup, so that he can build a formidable team. Hopefully NFF is hearing. Hopefully they don't go and listen to these journalists that don't know anything about football. Whenever they're even asking questions to the coach, I saw Colin Udo put out a statement and was asking, like, why is it that they're asking beer questions to the footballers, that they can't ask this, how is the weather, how is the what are those kind of questions are just
the price of my plantain. That's how I'm going.
So what kind of new question? So it shows you. And I noticed that there's like after Oyedika scored today, someone was saying can we see that Oyedika should replace him in DD? And I'm like, where is that comparison coming from? We need balance in the team. Before there's always this comparison, or you hear statements like, who's more important to the team? Is it Osimhen or Lookman? Like, we shouldn't start. I know it's a Nigerian team. We like this comparative divisive tactics. We want harmony in the team. Everybody is a core component of the team. If you remove one, you will see that. If you remove Osimhen from the team, you see that there'll be no good pressing. If you remove Lookman, you see that there's no creativity. So I think everyone is important in the team. And there's something I watch. I've noticed that what's his name? Nwabali usually loses concentration. The game against Tunisia, when we scored like 2 or 3 goals, I noticed he was celebrating, like the way he was celebrating, he left his post. He left his post and was celebrating with the goalkeeper trainer. And so that actually influences his concentration. Most times he forgets that he's supposed to stay in the post.
What about someone that did not celebrate at all? Like, he was not even care. He was even upset. He just left.
Who is that?
Nobody is laughing. You can check the Lookman's goal. You will see someone that doesn't even care. He doesn't even celebrate. Doesn't even care.
Someone was angry. Someone was angry that he scored. That Lookman scored.
That Lookman's supposed to pass the ball for him.
Okay.
You also watched that second goal. What did the command goal against Tunisia? Yeah.
The second goal, third goal.
No, Tunisia.
Tanzania.
Tanzania.
Oh, that Lookman was supposed to pass. Anyway, Anyway, I didn't see that. I didn't see that play. I just feel like some people they'll get over it and they'll grow up. They're men, so they will understand that it's a collective. And I like that he's planting that idea. And I don't want us to look into the quarterfinal. What we have is the second place. Nigeria has this. We like looking into the quarterfinal. Oh, who are we going to play in semi-final? Who are we going to play in final? Right now, we have the game at hand is the second place. If we do not win that, our AFCON dream is dead. So we should focus on that so we don't end up like in 1998, where we thought Denmark was easy, and then we ended up getting 4-1. So
I don't know, Chris. I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay, after we play in our game, that's when Algeria will play against DR Congo. So because I don't want to say if DR Congo beat Algeria before we play, I'll say we are taking about DR Congo. No. I want us to like like you said, we face the first one first before we move on the next one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, because those teams are solid. I've seen Mozambique play. That is he Jenny guy that plays for Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, and Catamo as well.
So he's very, very effective. So same with Cameroons. Looks like Baliba just got inspired and he's running everything in the midfield. Same with who else are we going to face if we either Cameroon? Who else again? Cote d'Ivoire. So those teams are like titans in Africa. So we should definitely, that should be our focus. That should be our focus. We are the underdog. We should play like the underdogs for now, and we see where we go. But at the end of the day, NFF should try as much as possible to keep this man. See, did you notice Mali didn't win any game in their group. But this is the same Mali that this man took in the previous AFCON, and they beat South Africa in the group. But this current Mali is struggling to get 3 points.
Yeah,
they can't win. They can't score. Yeah,
I know that you have given a very balanced argument on Onyedika. So, but do you think that Toshikunadi should be part of the team regularly based on his performance today? Quickly, Uche, so I can just
I think that we have currently we have 6 midfielders, so Tochukwu should also be part of it, especially see the game against Tunisia. Assuming it was Tochukwu that came in, it would have. Assuming Tochukwu came in and also Onyedika. Both are good. Both of them can hold on to the ball. They can beat the press. I think Tunisia wouldn't have had that so much influence in the game. And Inadi would have definitely be drifting towards the right back. I think would have helped what's his name, Osaimo, compared to Ejuke. And if you notice now, Ejuke is no longer. Ejuke should just guarantee that he's going to warm the bench till we leave the tournament.
Thank you, Uche, for always giving a very brilliant display. So which one do you prefer? Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Cameroon, or Ivory Coast?
I prefer that we get our defense right. Like if we get our defense right and we do not, because I notice if you see this game at the 75th minute, it's like at that 75th minute we just switch off.
Yes.
And like towards the 75th minute we just usually at this time. After that goal, we're able to stabilize the game again. So, but if we haven't scored, the game is going to get tougher. If we don't score many goals before the 75th minute, we don't want the same thing that happened. So I just hope that the concentration level of the players will be up until the final whistle. That would, and I notice. I feel like the reason why they gave Calvin that yellow card, I don't know. Maybe they want him to miss a match.
I was thinking that way too. That is like they just want to because
that game was that ball was 50-50 and Ikpeazu was holding on to his dress.
Yeah.
And he was right in front of the action.
The referee was too poor. Our defense has 75 minutes course on them. Yeah, I agree with you. Uche, thank you for always finding time to actually join and always giving this knowledgeable insight. Uche was very gentle today about Onyedika. I know that you are a very big advocate of Onyedika, and I'm pretty sure that you are happy that he didn't disappoint you today. He did well. we
but
hope
he
that
has to work. He has to work on his other parts, the other part
yes,
of the
yes,
aspect
he
of
needs
it.
to work
If he
on
does that,
defensive
and
aspect.
he needs to leave. He needs to leave Belgium.
Yes,
Belgium becomes
people are
stagnant.
working around the clock for him. Let's see. But
He
I
should
just know
just,
that
even if he doesn't get Premier League, he should just go to Germany.
yes. Yes. Germany might be on the cards for him. Thank you, Ishe, for your time. Thank you. So I really like home stretch. Let me hear from Henry, then Henry. Because I have to Henry.
Very quick, very quick, so that Humble Henry can give his a submission.
Sorry, Collins, you came very late, though. Because
Can you hear me clearly?
not
you see your life, Smith.
Because
Oh
Collins
no,
is
I wanted to speak. I mean, there's so many things to talk about, but I wanted to talk about the officiating. I think the referees has been not good, and there's this clear preference for North African teams, and that's what you should be wary of. On a good day, I think Burkina Faso could have beaten Algeria. The penalty, yeah, it was a penalty. There was also some calls that was shady. You understand? And the linesmen are so quick to raise up their flags for free kicks in those 50-50 challenge. I don't know if they can please, if CAF is listening, they should watch this and they should be careful, not just be ready to wave flags for what they don't see. I don't know if you understand. So sometimes they should allow the game flow. It's like if you just touch somebody, it's a free kick. Touch somebody, it's a free kick. Yeah, I don't understand how this is. You understand? Did they play football before? Did these referees even play any kind of soccer? You understand? Even the Tunisia one, it was a momentum to Tunisia. It could have been an advantage if they wasn't ready to blow all the time. You understand? So, but that's what I just wanted to say. Eric Shaw is doing a very, very good job, and you could see that he's doing a very good job. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Harry, stay. I want to ask you a question. Yeah, no, I have only Smith and the Henry. What position does Onyedika play? What is his primary position? And what kind of
I
responsibility?
think I will not
Just
answer
so.
that question.
I know. Okay, Henry. What is
I think
what is his
it's a central midfielder. So
central
yeah, very similar to Xavi, but I won't obviously different skill set, but very similar to Xavi.
Okay.
So you have Xavi, you have Iniesta, you have those kind of midfielder. You also have Rafael Marquez in those in 2006 or Ed Milson that will sit in the defense. I think Onyedika is more the Xavi kind. He wants the ball. Understand?
Okay. Concerning about Nigeria and their opponent, right? I would love us to meet Cameroon. Yes, Cameroon is the best. Yes, I know what I'm saying. If we meet Mozambique, it might end up penalty. If we meet Cameroon, we will win them. Clean. I have watched their game. I have watched our own game. I think Cameroon is the best. Tomorrow, you will see what I'm talking about.
Let me go now.
Against Mozambique, yeah, Cameroon is for me. Forget about Cameroon of the past.
Yeah,
we are talking about Cameroon of the present.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And concern about if Coach Eric Chill meet any of the North Americans, he will win them.
I believe you, Omboy.
None of them can win him. None of them from Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt, Morocco can never win Eric Chill. In fact, if you play Morocco, it's an easy walk. You will not understand it. He have been in Morocco. He have coached in Morocco. He knows Morocco.
I think he coached in Algeria.
So I think okay, it's Algeria. Sorry. If we play Algeria, we will win them. If we play or Smith, I think Jesus Christ. See, that is why. Do you know why?
Don't worry. Somebody in the comment section said that I should save this comment. He said Egypt versus Nigeria in the final.
Which one?
Somebody said that
it's possible. It's possible. It's possible.
Is that Egypt against Nigeria in the final?
I don't see Morocco. I don't see Morocco winning South Africa. I want to meet Cameroon at the knockout stage. I don't want Mozambique. Cameroon is the best for us. Cameroon is the best. I'm telling you. See, in appearance, let's think about this. In appearance, it looks like Cameroon is dangerous. In appearance, it seems like Mozambique is just like a small. Who are they? I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you. You will watch their game against Cameroon tomorrow. Then you look at how.
I was thinking that Mozambique can beat Cameroon tomorrow.
You will see them now.
I was thinking that way, that they can beat Cameroon tomorrow. But I know that Ivory Coast will beat Gabon. But I was thinking that this team can become second. Like Mozambique can beat Cameroon tomorrow.
Well, Mozambique can. Then another thing I'm trying to see Eric to do is let him go to his room. Look at the time that Tunisia scored us and the time that Uganda scored us. 75 minutes. There is a problem. That is a problem. 75 minutes. There is a problem. So he need to see how he can be able to break that yoke of that 75 minutes. I know what I'm saying. If you look at it, towards the ending of the game, they score you. It happens. The first game, we retaliate immediately. The second game, we score 2-3. They come from behind, they're trying to score. There's something. I will not blame him. That is why sometimes I will say, Chai, if Alaina and Benjamin is here, it would have made work easier for him. You see, right? So the way I am looking at football is different from the way others watch football. That is why sometimes if I am hammering on midfielders, it's because our defense are not good.
And let me just try and say this thing. In the World Cup qualifier, it was somebody said it, came here and said it here. Shai said that it was only you that said that Osimhen will score hat-trick and Nigeria will beat Benin Republic.
Smith, I want Cameroon. If it is Cameroon, easy
in
work.
the playoff. Said that Nigeria will beat Gabon. He said, but he don't want DR Congo. So he should bring Cameroon in that playoff. He said that DR Congo Nigeria, he will not predict that, but we force him to predict.
That game. If you see Smith, we are going to the World Cup. I'm telling you, you see this cup, you see this AFCON. Unless they gave us a red card, I have not seen any team that will win us. Unless they give us a red card, I promise you. Unless they give us a red card, I have not seen any team that will win us like this. We will not retaliate. I have not seen.
I just say that if Ombweri talks, everybody.
I'm telling you. That is why, if I'm hammering on Onyedika, people will be thinking that I don't know. I'm looking at something that it's not much that he will finish 98 minutes. Yes. Onyedika is not more that he will finish 98 minutes. There's something that I need 2 changes. Boom.
But okay, I want to ask you a question before I go to Collins.
Yes.
You mentioned 75 minutes.
Yes.
Eritrea used a different team. 75 minutes.
75 minutes.
Of course.
Another one. That is why I said, go back to your room, broke that. There is something behind.
75 minutes.
You see, right? So,
yeah. Let me hear from Collins because already actually was out of time. So, Collins, quickly in 10 seconds, please, before we go.
Oh, so, okay. I greet you, humble Harry.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah. Looking at the whole thing, I want to correct an impression here. You see, I want to first of all ask some of the greatest defense that we know. At least we can talk about AC Milan of Nesta, Maldini, and all those things. I remember how Obafemi Martins scored them in the Champions League. I remember how Liverpool came back from 3-0 and to win them. So I don't think our defense is bad. I don't think so. I've never thought like that. If I think like that, it means that I'm disrespecting our opponents. It's a football game. They played you football and they score you. That is why they came. That is what they trained for. So you cannot be a boxer and maybe you are throwing punches. Then one punch hits you and you come and do analysis why that punch hits you all the time. You are not ready to play the game. Our defense is only bad when we have Aweziem, Igor Ogbu. Obviously, when this man took
one impression, sorry. If you say that a puncher, they are punching you. For example, there's one guy called Dillian White, he's a boxer. If the way you want to beat him, you give him uppercuts. If you give him uppercuts, so if they are coming for you, they are punching you in the same place. And that same place, not where they used to beat you be that. It's a concern.
It's a concern.
Of course, that's where I'm going to. If you look at this defense with Bassey and Ajayi, it's different from these two guys that came in today. I don't trust both of them, and I don't think they are Super Eagles materials. I know some people were saying, Igor, Ubu. No. I want to remind everybody that they have never been a Super Eagles defender that come into Super Eagles team and have to develop in Super Eagles team as a defender. All the defenders have learned. They came and they were explosive, and we accepted them, even as big as Shitu, coming from Division 2. Nigerians still love him because what you have is what you have. We are looking at maybe Igor. I will say these people will not improve. That's their level. This Igor is already playing Champions League. He played in Slavia Prague, Spartak, all those teams. So I think they are not our best legs. You know, there was a time I told you the last time. I said, let this man look for Abel Ogushe from Tel Aviv. You talked about his club and everything. Even if that guy doesn't have a club, the guy Olise Nda, those two guys, they will displace Igor Ogbu, and I was there even with one eye closed. We are the kind of people we see footballers who tell you, we give you a card and you play it and it will go. So forget about Igor and Aweziem. It's just they were just lucky to be here. But looking at Ajayi and Bassey, it's a solid defense. It's a very solid defense. Because when you say that they are scoring 75 minutes, it's not like that. You need to check the result line too. Are we leading? What's the score line? So when they went to Rwanda, did they score them when they were leading 2-0? No. When they needed 1-0 against
when you check it around that time, towards the end of the game, it changed, but we're not even Rwanda self scored, but it was offside, if you remember.
Offside.
Lesotho, of course, I know, I agree, but if you play a team 90 minutes without the team don't respond, then you begin to ask yourself if you settle the players with money. I mean, who are you? We need to understand that even Real Madrid cannot do that. You understand? Okay. So Real Madrid go into games and they get scored by Alaves experience, even beat them in Madrid. So we need to accept some certain things. Our defense is not bad at all.
I think, okay, now look at my own thing, right? If I'm assessing a tournament, I'm looking at defense. And when we are talking about defense, you do some probability. If Calvin Bassey is not there, Semi Ajayi is not there, what will happen?
Good. You are very right.
Then
When we don't
another
have
thing
a
is,
bench.
and another thing is this: not only the central defenders. What about our left back and the right back? So
Yes.
that is why I will now say, okay, assuming that Alain is here, Benjamin Frederick is here, I think talking about defense, there will be no problem. There will be no
Okay.
problem. Yes. Now
But
that is when I
but
now say there will be no problem because if you what Osai Samuel is doing, Olaino can do it times 10 without no problem. He can even come at the middle, right?
okay.
Then if Olaino, if we are having problem at left side, Olaino can go to the left. Osai Samuel can
Yes,
be
of
in the
course.
right.
Olaina is
Yeah.
quality. We are not doubting it.
Yeah. So that is why I would have said, Coach would have took a risk. So you know what? Bring this guy for me. The way they did Akimi, Morocco did Akimi. Bring
I
Akimi.
agree, but let me
Yeah.
ask a question.
Okay.
See, a coach will do that when there is no capable replacement. And I want you to know that Osayi, it might not be the best. I'm very critical of Osayi too. But if you look at this tournament, I don't think if you list 10 top 10 right back, I think Osayi will come out at first 5 in this tournament. Am I lying?
Remember,
as the right back in the old, forget about Nigeria, in the old tournament, after Hakimi, Wan-Bissaka, and Wan-Bissaka, just point out other right backs that you can choose before Osayi. So what am I trying to say? I'm not saying
if you
we
look
have.
at Cameroon right back, they are good.
It's not as good as Osayi. You are just admiring them. Osayi is very good too.
Osayi Samuel, remember, what makes Osayi Samuel good is Onyeka.
Not that. You are discrediting him. Did you watch him against Russia? Sometimes,
We are talking about the tournament.
I understand. We have been watching too much of their errors. Look at the way Ajayi played. If you look at Ajayi game in Tunisia, was so excellent that you can even see passes, throwing passes direct to that anchor pass, stainless passes. But nobody talked about it. We're just talking about the error. Man, if these guys are not good, they will beat you 5-0. Your opponent will beat you 5-0. They will beat you very mercilessly. So they are not that bad. They are not the best, but they are very good to win a tournament. Ajayi is good enough to win a tournament, this tournament.
Okay.
So what I'm looking at is, we should understand that there is no time we are going to have a perfect, because even the Yobos and all of them, they all flopped. One way, last minute, Tunisia go in Abuja. A lot of things have been happening. Okay, looking at the whole tournament, Congo, they took him from Senegal last minute. Nobody talk about that. Morocco took him from Mali last minute. Nobody talk about it. Mali took him from Zimbabwe, who were there, Zambia, last minute. Egypt against Angola. These things are happening to everybody, but our own, we have taken our own as we want to be Real Madrid overnight. Bro, we have to respect our opponents. They have right to score us goals. That's for that. But what?
Yeah, time is already fast spent. You have to
I want to quickly conclude on Onyedika. I understand Henry on Onyedika. The guy is talented, but I don't think Henry want to really emphasize about the tackling much, that the way people are looking at the response. The thing I think Henry is looking at is the guy is not very strong on the ball. That's the truth. He's not strong on the ball. That's a different ball thing. When a player is not strong on the ball, if he's being pressured, they will take the ball from him. And today, this man was not too pressured. We were not too pressured by the Ugandans. Yes. So what I think is Onyeka, the other one, is stronger on the ball. People say he doesn't use the ball well, like every other midfielders. But he has a ball sense. There's two different things. We have footwork, we have ball sense, you understand, and we have being strong on the ball. And most of our midfielders in DD is coming from a central defender. He has played central defense before. One way or the other, played right back or so, even against Zambia. Look at Etebo, which we are missing. Etebo is one of the players that I can say has actually played all wing as a footballer. He was a striker in Wolves. He played 7, he played 11 in the Olympic, and then he was returned to 10, and then he played defensive midfielder. He was a complete player. That's why it's very hard on the ball. If you look at the table, it's very hard on the ball. If you want to take the ball from him, you will sweat. So Onyedika is not hard enough on the ball that we can just totally rely on. But I think it can be complemented with Onyeka, like Henry said, it can be complemented with Onyeka's helping him out. And the guy will improve looking at our game. And going forward, I'm very optimistic. I don't want us to meet Cameroon. Because why? It's not because that they are better than us. Cameroon is an experienced national team. You don't disrespect an experienced national team, no matter how you think. I want to remind you, that's how Nigerians felt about Tunisia in 2021. We felt that Tunisia we will take, because Tunisia is an experienced national team. They have sentiments, they have past players who talk to them, they have a lot, just like we have. They will give you a surprise. It can also happen when it happened to Cote d'Ivoire when they underrated Nigeria in 2013 because of our states. They were higher, we were low, and then because we are an experienced football national team, we prove it to them on that day. So don't pray for those kind of game in early stages. If not, you will just go like a shame.
I told me to give you 2 minutes, but I'll give you more than 2 minutes. But I have to wrap it up because already Henry. So
you're tired. Okay. All right. I hope that we meet Mozambique, and I know that we are going to meet Morocco in semi-final.
When Ross, I said what? Oh boy, thank you for your time. I know that you have a very busy schedule.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
We're able to actually
all right.
To join, and also audience, thank you. So guys, thank you. I appreciate everybody for the super chat, right from Alex T to Chas to Ivory to AY Opomulero to Charles to Kelvin to Sport Grinder to Adiola to Samuel Lumba, not Sunday Lumba, Samuel Lumba, to God's Love, to James Oboji, Adedamola, RD, that is RD, thank you, and also Charles. So thank you. I appreciate all of you for the love. He's been 3.5 hours. I thought I'm going to be here for 2 hours, but just 1 hour plus, extra. But now Nigeria is through the second round. We hope that the journey continues. So on to the next. Thank you guys for joining. I will see you again next time. AFCON Day 9 over. We'll see you AFCON Day 10. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Nigeria, and God bless Africa. Thank you.
Dance football for the love of the game.